Okay.
Yeah. Poor boy's working.
Yeah, I
Making
know.
that
I saw his Discord, and he's kind of really bummed out, isn't he?
Yeah. Okay, by the way, also, guys, let me know if there's any weird things going on with my camera, sound, or video, or the way the game's playing, because I had to open up my computer yesterday, put in my new power supply and graphics card, and I didn't give much of a crap about cable management. I kind of just, because I had to take everything out, I'm going to have to open it up again in like 2 months' time to put in the new motherboard and CPU, so, you know, at that point, why cable
Only thing
manage
I'm going to
everything
suggest
again?
is, how do we know the difference?
Yay. Roach, just a quick question. What website did you say you got that PDF from?
This was like 2 weeks ago when it was free. It's not free anymore, but it was
It's
on
on the
Drive Through
Trove,
RPG.
though, so it's actually free. You can just get it on the Trove.
Oh, well, yeah, it was on Drive Through RPG. It was free on there for a day. So
Nice. Yeah, it's also a TV show, apparently, Tales from the Loop.
maybe sometime in the future. I don't think it is yet.
I have no idea when that came out, but yeah, it's a TV show.
Because I know it was art. It started as an art thing, a while ago, and it got really big. Yeah, it's upcoming drama.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah, it's nice art and stuff like that, and I really like it. It's
also
something I've been-
kind of cool seeing like a passion project like that get so much traction.
Yeah, but I think we already did all the 10 minutes of pre-talk and before we got the game going. So I think
we didn't talk about any politics though.
I'm good with that. Wrong. Nope. There's not. By the way, Mitch, I was reviewing that magic book that we talked about for you. Like going through some of those spells, and holy shit, some of those. Like, no, if I had access to that while I was building Coswin would have been a scary motherfucker.
Yeah.
There's one available. I think it's called like Spirit Bolt or something like that. It's like a third level. It's like a second or third level spell, and you get to attack anything within 150 feet of you, range spell attack. But you take the number of you say how many HP of damage you want to inflict on the enemy, and you take that damage, inflict that on them plus 5d6 on top of that within 150 feet. So you just take some of your life and damage them with that life plus extra, and it's like second or third level. It's super scary. Like that's amazing. So yeah, definitely gonna have to, if you ever want to use those spells, I'll definitely have to review them in detail because some of those are super unbalanced compared to some of the things. Let me get my notes up. My plans. Okay. Gonna have to split this into multiple binders at some point soon.
Did you see how to do it now?
Yeah, it's not actually that complicated.
Nope. Some programming, but it's pretty easy.
Programming language in Fantasy Grounds isn't that hard. It's just buried underneath a whole bunch of really obtuse menus and stuff and everything. I like the fact that basically
month and a half until the next update.
Hopefully. Though I do like how in Fantasy Grounds, even with the kind of obtuse programming stuff, if you input this like a damage or like anything as it's written in the rulebook, it'll automatically translate it into a roll. So so if you put it in 1d6, piercing damage, it's like spelled correctly compared to the rulebook, but the d6 like capitals correctly and everything like that, it'll automatically translate that into a roll, which is really good. You just gotta play around with it a bit.
play around.
That is super useful.
Yeah, it's so much
Okay,
easier now.
Yeah, okay, I've got my stuff up. Everybody good to go?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, there we
I'll
go. All right.
I see
So-
you targeted me with it.
May have. forgot to change over my Twitch stream to say, D&D. So instead it says Kerbal Space Program.
Oh hi. Where?
Well,
Where?
hopefully it doesn't go as
Gonna
badly.
kill us?
as a normal KSP run.
As badly as my KSP run.
No, I've seen people kill upwards of 30 Kerbals in one launch. I mean, they were doing something really ambitious, but I've seen something that really bad.
Yes, this is not KSP,
Dude,
JP.
That's a
I'm
slaughter.
sorry.
That's not
okay,
like
I
that's not
screwed
like an
up.
accident. That's an actual like. You
That
just
was like you
slaughtered
wanted
an
them to
entire
die.
group of people.
Well, no, I think it was basically they were docking a new space shuttle design to a giant space station that had like 15 or 20 Kerbals in it, and it was like a liner space shuttle, so it had 10 in there or something like that. And they were going in, but they got their control groups mixed up, so they instead hit the emergency abort engine, and it just kind of like right into the instead of their docking, it just like blew the shit out of the space station up. It's great.
That poor those poor Corbels that never
Yeah,
knew what
they
was
saw
coming.
it coming. It was a good 30 seconds before, but it was SRB, so he couldn't do anything.
Might have forgot to just do my.
That's why you eject
restream
SRB
stuff.
launch systems after you get into orbit or before you get into orbit, because those things are dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Steve.
Also, by the way, things might be going on in the background because I think somebody's mowing the grass right
Awesome.
now. So if you
Would
hear
you like
that,
us to go and kill them?
I might do it myself. So, but that'll be after the game. But yes, so let's do the recap. I guess I'll do it this time because I did it last time as well. So let's just do that. You guys got to the Opakin tribal encampment last game, and were able to find. Yeah, there it is. Tell me if it gets really bad. By the way, everybody's good. By the way, right? Everybody's
Yeah.
live.
Yeah.
Everything? Okay. All right. But yeah, you guys got to the encampment, and on your way through, you were also able to find fairly quickly the tent, or I guess the yurts, plural, because there's a large little home of Ustenia and Demir's parents. You were able to get inside and found the sweet, young in heart, old in body.
Crazy woman.
Yeah, well, not crazy.
Total crazy.
Woman, yeah, of the, Ustenia's mother. Goes by the name of. I have this written down. I know I do because I've written it down multiple times. Let's make sure I didn't forget.
Her name was Ava.
And no, it started with a Y. So.
Yeah.
Is it with
Eve.
Eva.
Eve.
Yeah.
Eve.
Eva.
Y-I-V.
Actually, no. It's Yankee Echo Victor Alpha. So now I found it. That's how it's spelled. It's Eva. But you found Eva in her home towards the fairly late at night when you arrived, cooking dinner. And after a bit of a heart-to-heart, and also finding out that she was a bit of a hoarder, but she's old enough. Let her do what she wants. At this point, you did find out that unfortunately, Ustenia's father passed away a few days before you arrived. Unfortunately, without much you could have done, just through chance, you just couldn't hold on anymore. And you settled down for a bit of, well, this happened before that, but a bit of tea time, a bit of talk, meet and greet, and then there was a little heart-to-heart with Ustenia and Demir and their father's body, a bit of a guidance, mayor of some sort, Ustenia sought about what he should do, a little bit of a confrontation between his sister, who was outside at the time, some family drama there. And you all settled in for the night, went to bed, awoke in the morning, and the two individuals who pray in the morning went out. Actually, no. Before that, I forgot. You did this. You did this the night before. Yeah. You also had Isaac before everybody settled down for the night. Go out on his own and have himself a bit of a spiritual connection, trying to get in contact with his guide, and encountered at this point, somewhat familiar, if not unsettling, force in the presence of Auten, or as he soon found out, one of the Autens. And had a bit of what could only be described as an interrogation with him for a while. And how he feels about that, I'm not exactly sure right now, but definitely was unsettled by it. Went to sleep. And when he woke up in the morning, there was another heart-to-heart between Sesh and Isaac about what was going on and how he should respond and how he should feel. And we ended off right at the end of that little heart-to-heart as you were going back into the encampment in the morning. So,
I'm just gonna roll something real quick here. That's okay. See what happens.
yeah, that's fine.
All right. At one point, Sesh is going to turn to Isaac. I'm assuming they're riding together back into the tent.
I don't think you even
city.
rode out there. It was fairly close. I think you mostly just walked out. It wasn't that far
Alright.
out.
We walked back. We were walking back, and I'm assuming we're walking back together. And Sesh is going to turn to Isaac and say, "Isaac, have you told anybody outside of this group about this location? About this great thing in the Grey Wastes?"
Hold on. I need to check my notes. Oh, shit me.
Huh? How many people?
So what'd you drop, Mitch?
His drink.
Somehow I managed to get a can of drink down my sleeve.
Nice.
Fucking my elbows is terrible. I'll clean
See,
that
this is
once
why
I've
we don't
given
let
you-
Mage do anything dexterous. He has like a -2 dexterity. stat.
IRL,
Like,
God, yeah.
yeah.
I'm,
Yeah.
I haven't given anyone the exact location in the Grey Wastes.
Well, you haven't give a corporeal person that location, but you have indicated that you were going to travel there to Aten at one point. That's the only.
Or
person
was
I
it?
can-
Yeah.
Didn't you mention something to the dude
were-
in?
Yeah,
I
in your
mentioned. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Because I've got transcripts. I mentioned that Zgul was amassing power there, not that I was possibly going there or anything.
Yeah, but you did mention the Grey Waste to somebody who wasn't in
Yeah,
the group.
but the Grey Wastes is massive.
True, but still.
It's about twice the size of the nation you're currently in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not as much in it, yes, but it's huge.
It's about on par. I mean, this is the Utashian Steppe Kingdoms. There's a lot.
That's fair, yeah.
There's
That's
a lot of nothing in this place.
There's a whole
in
lot
between.
of grass and trees and very little else.
It's very, very Midwestern. Are you licking a Monster can, Mitch, or an energy drink can?
It's not an energy drink.
Okay.
You're like, he's,
Very much
he's definitely
looked like
licking
one.
something.
No, it's sparkling apple juice.
Oh.
It was an odd looking can, so it was a 50-50 shot. If it definitely wasn't soda. It was a 50-50 shot of being an energy drink or something
Yes.
else.
It's an apple juice. It's an appetizer for anyone in the UK.
It's an apple seltzer.
Yeah, no, I haven't given anyone an exact location.
But you've mentioned it to people outside the group?
I've mentioned it to one person on this plane and one person on another.
Is that person on this plane connected to Paylor?
Yes.
Is it likely that he, they, she was telling
No.
Paylor or no? Okay, if you trust him, I trust him, I guess.
The person I told is the person who trained me, and I know them well enough that they don't have that sort of connection.
All right, if you say so. It just seemed weird to me that all of a sudden these as much as they're omnipotent and they seem to know a lot, they need agents to know everything. So
Not true.
Damn, it's hot in this room.
why do you think
They-
we're here?
I mean, no, but they knew about the grey wastes immediately.
That's fair. Yeah, your aunt did know about the Great Waste instantly, and she did tell you instantly.
Yeah.
Well,
We got it from them, not the other way around.
true. But yeah, there is a possibility that maybe somebody who works for him, with him, told somebody something.
I don't know.
Well,
There's a lot going on.
yeah, that's just what I'm thinking, because it could be possible that somebody has told somebody, if you know what I mean.
Doubtful, but you might be right.
Never hurts to think about all the options.
Right there is what we call heresy. No, I jest.
Isaac pulls out the Bible like heresy.
He just walks up behind Sesh and snaps her neck. No.
Definitely
Hey,
no
she's
hope
already-
at that point.
She's already a heretic, so you know.
But yeah, you continue on with your walk back in the ensuing time, as it is now light out. Everybody else is waking up, or more accurately, they are being woken up by a small, hunched old woman coming into the into the little side tent, holding breakfast as you're being awoken. Demir and Ustenia both being awoken, and our friend Rivallon having been awake, just going through his night.
Hi.
Yeah, you see her come in with like a tray, and morning like breakfasts for Uteshians aren't normally cooked. They're usually things that are ready to go in the morning. So there's a lot of there's some cured meat and various other things that kind of get you awoken, and some hot drinks, like kind of in cups that she's got. Looks like could be coffee. You're not totally sure. Something like it's definitely a dark liquid inside of the drinks. Rivallon, you would know, Ustenia. This is actually in fact coffee. Your mother gets this fairly often, and she makes it in the morning. But she's brought in plates for everybody, including the two that are gone. Which she brought in plates, and she kind of comes in, does the like kind of half kick to the individuals on the ground sleeping. Goes, breakfast, and she's put it down on a small side table that you can. That's
5 more
nearby.
minutes, Mom.
Yeah,
Rivallon has not said that in decades.
Ever.
decades.
Ever.
But yes, you have breakfast presented to you, and it is very early in the morning, as you're and you. What would you like to do?
After breakfast, I intend to go out and about into the wider clan
To the wider clan? Okay.
and just gauge the mood, catch up with people that I haven't seen in the year and a half, etc., etc.
Okay. Midge, what does Arwan do?
Can you give me access to his character sheet?
Sure. I mean, I can
Put him just. Yeah, you need to unmap
I
him.
can
And
clear owner, yes. Clear donor. So there you go. There you go.
R1 is going to he's going to try and find somewhere very central in the encampment, and sort
Okay.
of just
So
kind of
here.
sit down and
This is the central part of the encampment. So yes.
Is there a lot of through traffic here then, like in terms of the rest of the camp? He wants
That's
to
the
find
thing.
somewhere where he can take.
It's
him
very
and
decentralized.
start writing it down.
Yeah, make an intelligence check with R1. Yeah, he looks out. He sees 15. He looks out. He sees it's very decentralized. There's not a lot of central traffic or anything like that. Everybody's just kind of keeping to their own little like sub areas or moving around between those. It's not like a city, even though it's kind of laid out like one. So there's a lot of areas that are hubs, but they're not necessarily. There's no central hub. So he'd probably have to like move around between them every so often. Get if he wanted to get like the full breadth and width of the encampment.
Okay.
Okay.
He wants to just start note taking, essentially, describing the
Writing
life
down
in his chronicle.
Okay, being very 18th century British explorer in like the South Pacific or something like that, is writing down the daily lives of tribes.
They actually believe that King George V is a god.
I don't know why they would think so.
More to the fact, don't tell the king.
More to the fact, we're not going to correct them. This is a great way of us taking over. Okay. He does that. Jim, what are you getting up to, Rivallon?
I'm waiting for Isaac to come back so I can get something off him.
Okay. Demir comes up to you, Rivallon, after he finishes his breakfast. And he comes up and he asks, Rivallon, you're a good hunter, right?
You mean I can shoot things from long range? Yes.
It's the gist, yes.
Mhm.
Do you mind maybe coming with me today? I'm thinking about riding out and getting some, trying to find some game, bring it back for. There's gonna be a feast after the whole funeral takes place, so I wanted to get some.
You had me
good
at kill
spread.
stuff.
All right.
I do make
You had me at murder.
Just yeah, I'll be riding out in like an hour or two.
I'll get ruined.
Oh right, your horse. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just meet me out by the west side of the encampment. We'll be up there.
Are we waiting? Right after I
he-
talk to Isaac.
And he walks out after finishing his. He basically right before he walks out, he also takes like a cured sausage that's on the plate, and he takes an extra one off and starts eating that as he goes out. And by the way, this whole time Yiva's not in the small side tent that you were all sleeping in, but you can hear her in the other tent, like moving things around. Like now she's in clean. Now she's in like
Clean
motherboard
mode.
Yeah, there are people in the house. Things have to be
Clean.
moved around. Things have to be readied. You can also smell that she's definitely getting things ready for lunch in like 6 hours. So she's
Right.
pre-making. She's getting stuff done. Yeah, she definitely has a lot of instincts from raising 3 children that she's got. So they're just triggered back again. That she's going into. Yeah, it just kind of clicks back. But yeah, I'll say it won't take too long for Sesh and Isaac to get back to the tent. And you were presented when you go back into the side tent as well. There is a spread with 2 plates that have been untouched and two cups of coffee that are still fairly hot. Hasn't been that long.
I will take the food, but not the coffee.
Not the coffee.
I will take the coffee. What does it taste like?
Coffee.
Fairly. Yes, it's not.
Fairly no-
She gets it. She gets it like often, but she doesn't get like expensive coffee. It's just coffee. It's
It's just your
fairly
regular
basic.
everyday coffee.
She just gets
Nescafe.
Nescafe. She doesn't go
If
out
you've
and
ever,
get Kenco.
if you've ever had like an
It's
American
not gold
brew,
blend. It's
Yeah.
like if you ever had like a standard American black coffee, it's
Yeah.
kind of like that.
Yeah.
That's about
She'll
it.
She
take
didn't
the
pop down to
coffee and
Starbucks or
like
Costa.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. She went
It's
to Dunkin'.
presentable.
Actually, she's a Dunkin' person.
Dunkin'
Well,
Donuts,
America
fair
runs
enough. I
on
can deal
Dunkin'.
with that.
Chris, that's all that was in Germany. There's so many Dunkin' Donuts.
Seriously?
You're
Yeah.
I'm
just
surprised by
trying
that.
to get me to
I
kill
wouldn't
you,
think
aren't
it'd be
you?
as an international brand. I actually,
Every
I
state-
did.
I only saw one Starbucks. Weird.
I actually think that's weird because I have
It's the opposite here. We have tons of
Yeah.
Starbucks, but no Dunkin'.
Yeah.
Because the thing is there's a perception in the United States because their slogan in the U.S. is America runs on Dunkin', so it seems like it's a very U.S. based business, and Starbucks is the international one. So that's weird to me. That weirds me out. Like,
I see in Germany, it's just the Reich runs on Dunkin'.
but yeah, you.
Sorry,
you
that was
have to-
terrible.
That
Yeah,
was.
it was pretty terrible. Yeah, but yeah,
That
the
was so
coffee's
bad I
okay.
should have said it.
You can steal it if you want.
Thanks.
If you specifically wanted any sugar or cream or anything added to it, you could ask her.
No,
but
she's
it's
good
presented
with the
as
black
just
coffee.
black. It's
Yeah.
just black coffee. It's
She's good with
what
the black
she-
coffee. She's had
Drink it.
mornings where she's like, I need it black, and I need it hot.
Yeah, and it is both.
Good enough.
And yeah, the food is also okay. It's cured meats mostly, and some there's also some like a bread component, like crackers essentially that are there, like a what do they call it? Like it's a hardish. It's like a hard. It keeps well, not hardtack, but there's like a twice baked. What is it called? It's like a twice baked bread or twice baked cracker kind of thing.
Yeah. It's basically on the way to hardtack. It's twice baked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It helps preserve it. Though.
Well, I don't know the name off the top of my head, but I've had it before because there was reenactments, and that was like a thing that you could.
Yeah,
that people
it's
would
like
take.
it's like ship's
Forget the name.
biscuit,
Well,
but not
yeah,
quite.
I guess. In my head, because I basically the thing I'm remembering is the fact that there was a couple of German World War II reenactors that I knew,
Yeah.
and they had German rations that they had reproductions of, and it was a twice baked bread cracker that you got, and it was like a pack, and it has a name, and it's not a ship's biscuit, but it's also not hardtack. It's like right in between those two things. It was actually okay. It was salted. It was like a big cracker. It was nice. It was actually really good. But either way, that's basically what she has there. It's good enough. Like it sticks to
It's
your
breakfast.
sticks to your ribs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sticks to your ribs, gets you awoke. Gets you awakened, like woken up
Gets
a
you
little
woke.
bit.
Yeah.
Gets you woke.
Gets
does
you
it?
awoke.
Gets you
Ah, fuck me. All right.
Gets you woke. It's millennial coffee.
It's a millennial.
God.
Oh,
I
God.
am actually drinking Starbucks. What do you know?
Speaking of, going back to the
millennial. We're not even on that. We're on our guava fruit shakes.
Oh,
Um,
God. Oh god, post millennial. But yeah, anyway, going quickly, very quickly back to the Starbucks thing. It turns out that Dunkin' Donuts are a thing in the Netherlands as well. And again, there's not as many Starbucks.
That's weird to me. That's so
yeah.
weird.
This is
'Cause
where we
Dunkin'
find out
is such an
it's actually a German company or something.
No, I know specifically it started as a U.S. company. I don't know who owns it now because it could theoretically be a Dutch or German company because I know they own Budweiser. I think it's a Dutch I think it's the Dutch company that owns Budweiser, even though it's an American beer.
Well, whoever it is,
Whatever.
hello, could you expand into the UK, please? I need
Budweiser?
donuts.
Budweiser.
Oh.
No, we've got Budweiser.
Yeah, we've already got blood.
I could get
Not that
Budweiser
it's
whenever I like.
All that good.
I want
You know what you
donuts.
really want? You know what you really want? Krispy Kreme.
Oh,
They're
Yeah,
the
oh,
best
yeah.
donuts on earth.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, we
Best
got
donuts on
Krispy
earth.
Kreme. We got
Yeah.
Krispy Kreme. Lots of it.
Yeah.
We don't. Donuts aren't a big thing here.
Well, either way. But yeah, you finish you go through your breakfast. Rivallon Isaac is there, eating, not drinking.
Not eating, just drinking coffee. Isaac?
Crumpet King sounds like a
He's-
good brand name.
Yeah. Yes.
Isaac?
Yes. Sorry.
I need the tending stone.
Hold on. He
I
regained
think
one
you're at
charge.
full charge. Yeah.
No, we're not.
Thank you.
Not?
I can cast 3 sending spells a day anyway. So
That's
I
nice.
gave him.
yeah, right.
I'm just trying to work out the logistics of it because you did you got it down to 0 2 days ago. Because remember it had been 2
1 day
days
ago.
since. Well, no, because remember there was like 2 days between you and the last time you contact. No? Been 24
No.
hours there, 24 hours there.
Is there a charge?
There is now, yes, because I
Yeah.
just rolled for one.
That's all I
Yeah,
care
there's a
about.
single charge.
Yeah. Okay, I go outside and find a nice quiet spot.
Okay, it takes
And
you a
set-
bit. Like, how quiet are you wanting?
Oh, I just want so that no one will be able to overhear me send my message.
Okay, it takes you you have to go a little ways
Hmm.
because again you're in the center, but you find a little spot. Yeah. Okay, it's 25 words or
Uh-huh.
less.
Yep.
To anybody that you have, so you have to know their like essentially I'd say you have to either know their face very well,
Mhm.
or you have to know their face and name. Kind of.
Okay, you guys carry on while I sort my message out.
Okay. So, what is Isaac and what are Isaac and Sesh doing after they eat?
So, what's... Yesenia's still here, right? Yesenia's in the tent?
Unless he wanted to eat really quickly. I mean, he could be if you wanted.
If everyone's
Utari.
still eating, I'm not rushing.
Okay. Yeah, he's
Uh,
still there.
Yesenia, you want us to come with you, or you good?
If you want, you can come along, see people. I'm just going around catching up with folk. You know, I haven't been home in a while. Want to see how the clan is doing.
Well, if it's alright, I'd like to come with you.
Sure.
Thanks.
I would like to spend my day first cleaning up my new breastplate because you said it was a little bit
Yeah. Where was this one picked up? It was the
it's the one I bought in Tacova.
Oh yeah, I was saying it was an older one. That
Yeah.
yeah, you could
just polish and stuff, and then maybe make a start on doing some engraving on it.
Okay. That's not the magical one, right? That's just a straight.
Mine is
breastplate?
just a +1, yeah.
Oh, it's a +1.
Yeah.
I'll say it's like you could do some engraving. It'd be kind of limited though, because the +1 nature of it means any like anything you're doing, it could have the potential to degrade its usefulness. So,
I'm just doing surface like tiny things. I just want to basically put a Star of Palor on it.
Star Paler. Okay, that wouldn't be that hard. Yeah, you could definitely do that.
And make it
like-
shine rather than this kind of
Yeah.
the dulled plate metal it
get-
currently is.
Okay.
Fancy it up, you know?
Fancy it up. All right. All right. Yeah, you could definitely do that. Take you a little bit of time
Yeah.
because you don't really have armor polish, or I guess you don't really have any like polish on you. You'd have to do it manually with like a rag and just working at it for a
Yeah.
while. But yeah, you could get that done yet. But yeah. Anything else? Because you were just about ready to say something. I don't want to step over that.
No, that's all I
Okay.
kind of need to do today.
It's 23.
Yeah, no, I counted. Okay.
Secret messages.
Rival sending nudes.
Ha!
Okay. All right. I'll have to write that out there. But
Yeah.
Okay, you break for you break from breakfast. Spelling's gonna be. I'm doing this on the fly.
Don't worry about it. Mine's not exactly great. I've just realised I missed out an entire R in one word.
Yeah, no, I saw that, and I thought that was you were trying to save, but it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Fucking damn it. Why is... just had to respell friend 3 times.
You have to wait and find out, JP. They don't know either.
Yeah, they don't know. But you break for breakfast. from breakfast and begin doing your rounds.
Secret messages, guys. Like, this is the sort of moment where if we had a sponsor, we'd plug it, but we don't. So,
Sorry.
if you want to sponsor these streams,
Yeah.
If you would like to have us say your name or your company's name during these streams, please be sure to reach out to one Midgeman.
yeah, you can get me at Midgeman at themidgemansworld.co.uk. That is Midgeman at themidgemansworld.co.uk.
For now, though, a word from our DM.
That was our DM.
Fantastic sales tactic going on here. This marketing campaign
Elon
is,
Musk
is
just email you like,
well,
hey, I want to give you
maybe
some money.
definitely the best marketing campaign, like maybe ever.
Oh,
I know, right?
I think he's just sent me his response.
Oh boy.
No, I haven't.
Them illicit fancy
Okay.
nudes.
Yeah.
Oh, they are so racy, I'm telling you.
You mean raunchy, not racy. Racy.
No, racy.
Oh,
You always have to leave something to the mind. Ooh, what could it be?
Now I gotta double check and make sure that the 1, 2, 3.
It's a slightly explicit painting of a dryad in text format is like to get through.
Okay,
It's like
there you go.
those,
That comes
those cards you
that
get
comes
with
back
one
immediately,
transaction somebody.
essentially, in a slightly angry tone. But yeah, you break from breakfast. You break from breakfast and begin
go
going
well
on
then.
your. You begin going upon what you had planned for the day. R1 moves out and starts going from little hub to little hub, just writing things down. He also finds the fact that actually make an intelligence check for R1.
Shit. R1 intelligence. That's a 20, not natural 20.
20. Okay, he's about midway through breakfast after he said about his thing, and he goes, "Shit," because he didn't bring in Barry last time. He left him out there with the girl.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh.
I was gonna make him do that when he got here today, but because he forgot to say anything about Barry the whole rest of the night. But I guess you'll have to figure that one out. Yeah, he goes out. Barry, he doesn't know where Barry is. Barry's not there.
Oh, no.
oh dear.
We find a spit just slowly turning. All
Oh,
legs and a
no.
tail
Oh,
hanging off it.
no.
Oh.
We're in Mongolia, not China.
Oh god, guys. Okay, so panicking, Owen's gonna start running around and shouting for Barry.
It's like that scene from Home Alone, first one. Just like
Yeah.
on the flight. I've left.
How can they do that repeatedly for like multiple movies? It's not like he snuck out. It's like they.
Well, no, the second one I don't think he's
The second
he's
one,
alone.
he gets on the wrong plane. And
He gets
goes-
on the wrong
goes
plane,
to
so he's
New
not
York.
home
Yeah,
alone. He's
'cause
in New York.
He follows
know,
he
I
follows
know.
the man in the tan jacket,
Yeah.
doesn't he?
And then
The-
the
the
third
true-
one, I think it's a completely different kid.
The
Yeah.
trope in each of the movies is that they are forgotten. What parent like? Yeah, I know
Bad
some
one.
parents
Bad
can
one.
bad things
Suitary.
can happen where suddenly you think, oh my god, right? But not to that extent.
I mean, I think there's a joke. There's a news report that says like to make sure you don't forget your child in your car on a hot day, put something important next to them in the back seat, and
Yeah.
and it's just like, wait, what? The kid's not
Wait a
important.
second. So the kid is second on your priority list.
Second, yeah. Put the iPad next to the kid. You'll never forget.
That's going in
So-
shit road.
So
says.
so to sum
Yeah.
up, kids are like house keys. You can never find them.
Well, one's actively hiding from you most of the time.
The other one's a kid.
The other. Oh, that one's good. But yeah, it doesn't take long. R1 kind of goes around, just going like, Barry, 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 for about like maybe 10, 20 minutes, and then like out of nowhere, just dog comes up. Saddle's not on him.
With his belly fur completely ruffled from all the belly boobs he's been getting all night.
I mean, he looks fine, but he doesn't have any of his tack and gear on, including the stuff that's stored on him normally, including
all
the bag of
weapons that
holding.
he usually keeps on Barry.
Oh
It's-
no! What? He doesn't keep the bag of holding on Barry. He keeps that on
Yeah, he
himself.
does. No, he
Yeah, he
doesn't.
does.
Let me
Keeps
look
it
at his inventory. What is listed on Barry?
Bag of
Bag of
holding.
holding.
Bag of holding is carried on him.
Is it?
Yeah, in the inventory.
Okay, must have just switched that then, because normal I double checked that. Okay, yeah. No, it's back.
Thinking, yeah.
Ooh.
I think. Yeah. Close. Close. But yeah, anything that was on Barry, not there right now. So it's bitten bridle,
Oh,
barding,
oh,
closed.
sad. The bagpipes, as in text form, are still here, just with no number next to them. Oh. Oh.
I see. I wasn't even
Really?
around for the bagpipes saga, but I still get it.
Yeah, he's missing. He's missing that stuff. He's missing all
Okay.
that stuff.
Uh,
He's just a dog.
Can
right
R1 make an animal handling check to try and get Barry to take him where he was?
now. Where his stuff is.
Where's the stuff, boy? Where is it?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Yeah, roll that.
Oh, that's a 5.
That's fine.
Barry's
yeah, he
just
asks.
getting- yeah,
Barry's leading him somewhere.
Okay.
No, Barry's leading him somewhere. We'll get back to that in a bit.
3
You
hours
find it.
later.
Everyone's dead.
3 hours later. Rivallon, you received your message back. How? What are you doing with your day? Are you going to where?
I suppose I should go back to the tent. I've got to pick up Ruin, and I suppose I should tell the rest of them what I've just done.
Okay. All right.
Oh, please.
I have a
I'll say-
confession to make.
You didn't just contact Liban, you son of a bitch, did you?
Okay, so you go ahead
100%
and
just contacted live with our only fucking.
what? Rival, get a better poker face for God's sakes! I was
didn't
fine.
say anything. It's my chat that are being really good.
You
I
literally
don't
just
have your
started.
stream up. I stay away from the stream because I know there's. gonna be
You
spoilers
literally
in
just
there,
had like
so-
the view of like a child that just put. It was just like, did you just get sugar? Did you just get a handful of sugar out of the jar? And the kid just goes, no.
Eating sugar? No.
That was your face.
That was a worse poker face than someone from Southeast Asia trying to get duck feet into Australia.
Wow. I have.
What the hell?
I know that's got to be from
that's
somewhere, but that was a very
That
odd.
was very
specific.
specific.
Absurdly specific.
If that is from something, I hope to God, or else that is very specific
Okay,
and also
so-
somewhat racist.
Have you ever seen those like
Imperialism
border
is
force
showing you again.
shows?
Let me
Have you
just
ever
get
seen
my
those-
girlfriend over here. You realize that she's Korean. She's got some Korean ancestry.
You are so screwed.
I
no,
will bring her here and have
Really?
you repeat that.
I will happily repeat it. It's the thing with like, basically, there's like, have you ever seen Border Force Australia? Every episode there is like,
Oh,
people,
yeah.
like they're always trying to get weird food into Australia, and they're not allowed, and they're like, no, we do not have any food, and they've got bags upon bags of food. It is legitimately every episode.
Yeah,
It's a
I,
meme as well.
I don't know where that
Yeah,
came from.
yeah.
Somebody put that in here. Somebody put it in here.
but you just
My
said-
bag only weighed 5 pounds when I brought it here. It's 30 now though. I don't know why. I just thought it got bigger.
Have you got any food?
myself.
No. I've got a suitcase full of drugs, though.
Oh, wait. Oh, they're fine. Yeah, come on. Look.
I have 30 kilos of uncut cocaine.
Oh, excellent.
Oh, that's-
excellent. Bring that in.
Oh,
Place
that's
it.
fine then. Yeah, go
That's
ahead.
fine, go.
Yeah.
Are you
but
sure?
I don't
Oh,
have
we
any
ha-
food, but my entire clothing is made of PCP.
Seriously?
Hey, you fine,
you
mate.
are
Go ahead.
purple
Go
right
ahead.
now.
Get going. Come on. Good.
Really, all we give a shit is if you got a small dog that's not allowed here. Just go. Just keep going.
Okay. Can I take this dead kangaroo with me? I hit it in the car on the way back.
Dead, yeah, bring him with you.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Out the country you're in is the better question.
Oh, that'd be. I don't know. Either way, yeah, you head back. By the time you get back, R1's gone. I'll say you're getting back just as Ustenia and such are about ready to leave, because I'll say it didn't take long because I was instantaneous for your message. So you arrive, and by this time I'm guessing Isaac, because he's not drinking or anything, he's just eating. He's already got like he's already got a washcloth out. He's just like slowly rubbing bits of the armor and like working out the stains and stuff. So, yeah, you arrive, Rivallon.
Okay.
Just an empty sending stone as well.
There you go. One standing stone.
It's like a spray can. That's, like, here's the little agitator ball. Yeah.
It's fine. I put the sending stone away.
Okay. I just called Liban and got a response.
You what?
I just called Liban.
Also, I called it.
I sent a message inviting her to join us in the Grey Wastes.
Justinia, is he on some sort of weird Uteshian drugs right now? Can you tell?
Which one? The eyeing priest or the elf?
Oh,
The-
gotta write those down. Now.
The elf.
Just because I'm an elf doesn't mean I do elf drugs.
No, I didn't say elf drugs. I said Uteshian drugs.
Yes.
No,
I
I think
don't
Justinia
know.
was asking which one of us, me or Rival. Not they.
Oh.
They're not the names of the drugs.
Okay.
Too late.
There's a new Teshian drug called the Lying
elf.
Priest.
Eyeing priest.
Eyeing
The
priest.
eyeing priest and the elf.
The Lying Priest sounds like one of Red Moogel's pubs.
It does, yeah.
Next week, we will be all drinking in the Eyeing Priest. Red Moog will make it happen.
Ooh, that does give me an idea for a good tavern named the Leering Priest.
Lecherous priest.
I like
Lecherous.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's just someone like.
There's a priest giving you a mean mug. That's all it is.
No, it's the Leering Librarian will work. Just like-
Isn't that just every librarian? I just assume their
Exactly.
face is just stuck in
No,
Yeah,
just
that's like
every
default.
librarian who's seen you, that's all, mate. Normally because you go in
Sorry.
and go, hi everybody, let's have a good party. Sorry, it's the library.
So,
It's
What
Ireland.
did
We
you
party
say?
anywhere.
what did you say?
Would you like the actual message?
Well, it couldn't get more brief than 25 words, really, could it?
Okay, well the message was, Liban, how's the arm? In the Grey Waste, we have unfinished business. Bring your pet demon. I have to kill you both, Rivallon.
Why?
Yeah.
Well, since we have been traveling together, you have become, and I say this not easily because, you know, I like to be on
Be
my own.
asshole.
Yeah, pretty much. You have become kind of like my pack.
Okay.
And any threat that is not dealt with is a threat to the pack.
So you reveal exactly where we're going and what
Nope.
your intentions.
No, I told her we were in the Grey Wastes. That leaves it open enough for us to create a ambush for her.
She didn't know.
You basically told her you're setting up an ambush when you say, "I have to kill
Yes.
you both."
Yes.
So
I
she
have
already
to kill
knows
you
it's an
both.
ambush.
I have to kill you both.
She already knows it. You can make an ambush with one punch. Oh no! Start like talking in Uteshian. You
Don't
don't
worry.
Stenya!
Go.
Language!
Sorry, mama. Sorry, mama.
Ooh. When your mother shouts,
Not
language
in
at
my
you, you know it's
tank.
bad.
Doesn't
I'm
matter
sorry.
anyway because she didn't
Sorry, mama.
take the bait for the trap.
What was her response?
Bring your Uteshian friend. I'm already here. You know where. I think my mistress made sure of that.
I look at
I'm
Isaac.
very disappointed. Very disappointed that an elf was this bad at setting up a trap.
Isaac.
This
goes
bad.
White pale.
Yeah, I'm looking at Isaac.
Isaac, like.
I'm
it
imagining
was-
Isaac's like in the middle of like rubbing down one of the shoulder pulls.
pauses, looks up.
Can you repeat that last thing you said?
I'm already here. You know where. I think my mistress made sure of that.
Shit.
Sesh, we need to do the thing tonight.
She like gives you
Thing?
this sort of like confused look.
The thing I
You-
told you about this morning.
Yeah, that doesn't make it sound any better.
Thing?
But I get
What
what you're
thing?
saying.
Yeah. Now you're picking on me, and then here are these guys that like doing things.
So
Hey,
I have.
even if we were doing that, it's not calling up our enemies and telling them to meet us at our front door.
Yes,
Yeah?
but
Either we know that she's coming, or she can attack us whenever she wanted. I was trying to arrange.
more problems right now.
When you look to set up a trap, generally
You don't
you
need to keep
confront
the fact
with
that it's a
the other
trap
hunt.
a secret. Even if they know it's a trap, but they don't know what the trap is, where it is, or anything, it is still a trap that can effectively hurt.
Bigger problems right now, gentlemen.
Like what?
So, lots of things happened last night. I went out and prayed, and I connected again with the person that wasn't my aunt. Long story short, they wanted me to spy on my aunt, and what you've just said makes me believe that possibly my aunt is a traitor, and I now need to go interrogate her.
Oh, okay.
Long
Good luck
story
with that.
short, TDLR.
That is a long story short.
Yeah.
What's this about traitor? Traitor to who? To what? I don't know anything about your
Hold
aunt.
on,
I didn't
I-
even
I
know you
need-
had an aunt.
I need to get. Hold on. I need to roll a d20.
Ooh.
That's our
That's
one.
our one,
It's a hard one.
not you.
Well,
That's
it's
not
no
much better.
You quite literally rolled only one better.
So
one
he rolled a
better.
4 for R1 and a 5 for Isaac.
Yeah.
So Isaac proceeds to finally tell the entire group the entire story of basically who his aunt is, everything, blah, 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 what he's going through, what happened last night, including the fact that there was a lightning puddle where he landed, essentially, and the earth was scorched, and he saw essentially the power of God throw through his bloody physical form, and they've asked him to spy on his aunt because they think his aunt's a traitor.
Okay. So you think where you think your aunt told you to go is actually where Liban and Zagul are?
Yes.
What if your aunt was forced to do that by Liban? Sorry, not Liban.
Or
Zagul.
Zagul's got so powerful that they've made me think that it was my aunt when it wasn't. Either way,
Liban pretty much hates us quite a lot right now.
Yeah.
it would require more than one person's faith to have that much exacting power.
There's a reason we started a company. It's because we're really good at killing stuff.
Yeah, I completely agree, but at the same time, I still need to now do this contact tonight. And I would like all of you there looking after my body while I do it.
So there's a chance you'll be attacked.
I am not happy with these developments. I bring you all to this encampment in good faith that you'd help me out with my old papa passing away. Now I'm being told that number one, we got stupid boy over here foolishly making bad traps, contacting our enemies without even speaking to the rest of us, and now you're telling me that we got your celestial. What even is a celestial being anyway? But you say you have celestial thing, and your aunt is like celestial thing that serve in sky that we can't see. I don't even know. Now you're telling me you have to bodyguard your body. We're not doing this in the encampment. It happens far away from it. Okay?
I wasn't going to suggest the encampment, more the same place I made contact last time.
How far away from the encampment is it?
He describes it. It's within walking distance. It's a little ways walk. That's where they prayed this morning. You know it actually. That is that is a air- basically it's a very important place in the fact that it's an area where in I think I forget what exactly I said, but in a day or two's time, that's where you're going to be setting up a pyre for your father's body, and where that's going to be occurring. It's the burial site for.
You're
Uh,
suggesting that we do this thing where we burn our dead. This is that's the closest thing we have to hallowed ground that I think your people have with where you bury people. That is where we have our funeral pyres. No,
Which is
not
exactly
with
why it hates the connection.
no.
He's not being very forthcoming with the whole understanding at the moment. I'm an idiot, apparently, despite the fact Liben could have attacked him any time and killed him.
I agree that I think
Stenya.
you're an idiot.
Ustenia,
Fair enough. I'll go
make
on my
an
own then.
intelligence check. Make an
Whoa,
intelligence
sorry,
check.
what was that?
Make an intelligence check, Ustenia.
Sesh is just standing there listening to this, like, oh man,
That's-
everything's gone.
I
fucking
am-
up now.
Sneaking
same time,
Isaac's coffee.
I need
at
need
the
more
same
caffeine.
time.
15.
I understand why you did it.
15. Okay.
No,
As
you just insulted me.
Hold on.
You're
hold
on
on,
your
guys. Hold on, guys. Hold on. As Ustenia, well, and as Ustenia, as Isaac says that that's why the connection is so strong in that place. You remember something because you've been thinking about this lately, given the fact that the choosing is happening very soon. Given that actually it'll be happening in about 2 days, or at least the beginnings of that. One of the trials is you and well whoever's going into the choosing and their seconds all being put inside of a tent, and a holy herb is burned, and it's supposed to increase your connection with the ancestors. That sounds
You get
very
high.
similar to that sounds very similar to what he's talking about when it comes to the connection with the spirits. At least to you.
They
Or
have
maybe
an
there's-
alternative. They have an alternative.
I'm all ears.
If I go through with the choosing, there is a ritual involved. One of the trials where I and my seconds have to enter a tent, and a sacred herb is used, and it is to help with the connection with our ancestors. It sounds very similar to what you're saying here. Now, I understand you have important business and thing, but I cannot allow you to 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 mess up our holy place where we are burning our dead. With this, I cannot risk that. It's just, no, that's too much. But I am willing that if I go through with the choosing, to have you come in with me to this tent, and you can go on your journey there, because that's the point of the trial. So you can do your connection through that means, and it's part of the trial anyway. So it's fine. You can do it there. It's allowed. It's expected. And obviously, I will have my own trial with speaking to my ancestors. Is that an acceptable compromise?
There's one problem.
Which is
If you actually become the chief of this clan, it's likely Libel will come here looking for you and probably kill most of your friends and family.
that is an issue that I would have to address. But we have means of fighting them.
Love it.
Yes,
I mean,
I
to be fair,
understand that.
she looks
I love
around.
Ustenia so much.
You do have a lot of people here who could probably help out. She's only one person in the end, but you know.
This is
Justinia, that is a lot of me to ask of you. One, you'd have to go ahead with the choosing, and I don't know if you were or not. That's forcing you to do something you might not want to. And then, secondly, it would be, like you said, Yes, it might help, but at the same time, we're then, if something does go wrong, I'm putting all of those people in the tent with us at risk. I plan C, however, could we not acquire some of those herbs and go somewhere secluded?
Would Ustinia know about obtaining said herbs?
Yeah, they're not grown local, because I mean they're not grown locally, but there is a basically there are like shaman healers that exist in the tribe, and they have a fairly large amount that they keep because it's now that you think about it, they use it a lot. When you kind of like when you like as you're thinking like, oh, where can they get it? Did they have enough? And you just think like, well, basically everything they do uses it.
Everything they do.
Yeah, so they have a
Wake up
lot
in the
of it.
morning.
We
Yeah.
can speak to the shamans and the healers. There is plenty of it about. We can ask them. Yes, that is an option. But the secluded place, fine, as long as it's not the hallowed place where we are going to be burning my father in like 2 days' time. Might I remind
Burning
you?
your father
I
tonight.
yeah, I didn't know the other night. It seemed like a good place, and it had that connection. I had felt it, you know. Now that I know, I'm sorry. Yep, I'd like to
The
be able to
apology
your own space.
accepted. I understand. You didn't know before. Well, you do now. We will resolve this situation amicably. Is there anything else I should know concerning my clan and any other persons outside business?
Well, I've just told you all something that I've only ever essentially told one person. I don't think I've got anything else that I can pretty much tell you. Well, yeah, right now
Okay,
anyway.
okay, this is good. No other things to worry about. This is good. Okay. Well, I thank you and I appreciate you telling this here now and being forthcoming. Um, and you can be rest assured that would never leave this tent. It will only be known by us that you have told. And when we make oath to keep promise, we Uteshians take it seriously. Our word very much is life or death out here. Lying can genuinely get people killed.
Or your tongue cut out, probably.
Well, yes, that's if you caught lying. But what I mean is, if someone lies and you go off into the wilderness on a risky hunt, it could get someone killed. That's what I
Yeah.
meant. But yes, we have punishments for lying to a chief. But
Yeah.
that's other
That's happened before.
Thailand.
I know.
Well, I'm sorry that my own family issues have collided with essentially your time of grief. Ustinia, this is a weird moment to ask this, but are you thinking about going through with the choosing?
This is why I was going to go among my people and speak to them and evaluate. I spoke to my father last night. He gave me wise advice. He told me that I should follow myself and what I think, but I'm still uncertain. So I'll go among the clan and hopefully I'll make up my mind today. Hopefully sooner, today, tomorrow. But I feel that I need to still catch up, at least. At the very least, I need to catch up with people. I've been away for too long.
Um, okay, well, whatever you choose, I'll help you. Whatever you
We're
need
all
us to
behind
do.
you.
Thank you. I very much appreciate that. Right. Well, Sesh, are you ready?
Before that, Isaac, make a perception check. Okay, well, doesn't matter. They rolled very poorly on this. You notice a slight vibration in your Star of Palor pendant.
Vibration.
Yeah, just. That hasn't happened before. That you
No,
noticed.
Gentlemen, the holy object around my neck is vibrating. It's never done that before.
Okay, what does that mean?
Can I make a
Does
religion
anyone
check?
know?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and make a religion check if you want. If you want to, Sash.
All right. Religion. There it is. Bang. Oh, not bad.
Slight vibration mean a lot of things. In all honesty, this kind of also trickles back into like Arcana stuff because Star Palor, although religious in divine in nature, is still a magical object that still operates under the laws of the arcane in the world. So there's a lot of things it could do. You know that vibration could mean it's close to something of importance. Another one of it could be close to another one of it or something, or it could be a notification of sorts about something happening
Bing.
relating to it.
I just got paged.
You've heard
God
of
damn it!
things
Turn it
like
off
that
silent.
occurring. It can be a thing about like divination. It could be something. It could be a lot of different things. The vibration
Someone-
is a very
So, like, I'll
minor.
go-
Someone's
That
buying
might
for
be
it.
Divination.
That could be that too. There's a lot of minor things. It's an easy thing to impart upon an object. It's just,
Yeah.
but you have to kind of know what it means to do so.
That could be like divination, maybe. It could be a message. Could be. I mean, in a rare case, it might even be that there's a Star Palor around.
Oh.
And she mentions that specifically last because she knows it'll freak Isaac the fuck out.
Does Isaac know anything of what this might be, considering he's also attuned to the item? Is it more the same?
Go ahead and make a. Let's see here.
Arcana or a religion?
Yeah, go ahead and make an Arcana check. Yeah, you're attuned to it, so I'll let you do that.
14?
Hey, that's your best roll so far today.
That's the best roll.
Shut
Yeah,
up.
that is by far.
As Isaac, I should say, because I
Yeah,
want
as Isaac.
Yeah, or yeah. So you are attuned to it, so you do have a very direct connection for it. Though that part of the pendant has not been unlocked. Forget I said that. Forget I said that. Just forget I said that.
Say whatica?
It's definitely warning you of something. As you can fit, something's happening nearby you, probably within like 5 or 6 feet of you that hasn't happened before, and it's warning you that it's occurring.
I feel like this is a
It would
warning.
have to be close.
I'm gonna
check
look
in
around
on
quickly.
Eva. I like put my head in the tent.
Oh, you pop your into the main tent, is what you're saying? Oh, you see her coming towards your tent, and she's carrying a small tray of like sweet biscuits. And she sees you and goes, "I heard yelling." she's bringing you. She's
I
bringing
understand
cookies.
that, and I'm like, I let her go into the tent, and I continue to walk
I
out.
want to look around specifically for something slightly invisible.
A sec.
This is a. Bear with me.
It's like
Okay.
those.
So, It's
wall
Okay.
you say
effects that,
something
like,
near
can get
me,
in
so
politics.
I'm thinking just in Isaac's study of what certain spell effects do.
I will
wanna
let
see
you
if
do.
there's anything hidden around me that might.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Make a perception check. Go ahead.
Not very. Oh, fuck off. It's a 5. I'm not on it today. He's just like doesn't see a
Yeah,
thing.
you don't notice anything invisible. You can't see anything invisible. So our Isaac can't see anything invisible. No, you look around, you can't see it. It's just, and then after about.
Is it still vibrating?
Well, give me 1 second here.
As you
have
make
to
a Constitution save.
Oh dear God. No, I've made those since having the star, so it's not that.
What is it? Death Finger? Isn't that the thing where like you poke a character and it dies? You know the thing? Is that a spell I think of?
Well, the reason I was looking around for something invisible is I was trying to see if anyone was scrying on me.
Oh yeah.
Because it does appear in the area as a slightly invisible orb. I was trying to think of what could someone be doing near me that I can't tell that's directly affecting me. Think of magic. Okay, scrying. That's where my mentality went, but I don't think it's that now.
There's an explosion.
Yeah. It's still like vibrant, but it's not regular either. And it doesn't seem to be like in a pattern. It's just sometimes it vibrates, other times it doesn't. As you're like looking around and walking around the town, as you're looking.
Okay, is it? So, does it vibrate more in any specific areas?
Is okay. So is Isaac's trying to use like divine? He's trying to divining rod this to an
Essentially,
area.
yeah.
Don't see how Isaac. Yeah, make an intelligence check. Like as you're going through it and working it out. I was gonna say I don't know how he could fuck it up, but Isaac's rolls have been pretty bad, so we're gonna see.
13.
13. Okay, 13. Yeah, I'll say it's not hard. You're kind of going around.
Wow,
and,
my rolls are really low tonight.
Yeah,
Sweet.
it's pretty
Nice.
bad.
Baby
You,
Jesus.
you haven't rolled above a 13.
I'm
today,
Will
I don't think.
Wheatoning it.
Yeah, you
You
are.
rolled a
Oh, you
14 once.
You brought that up. You brought that up. Now, yeah, you're going around. Yeah, there is a clear defining higher chance of this of the vibrating happening at the closer you get to Rivallon. So Rivallon, you're just seeing Isaac's like he's got the star out and he's just like he goes farther towards you and then and as you get closer to Rivallon, like about a foot away from Rivallon over to his right, specifically there's just it's like
This is reacting to you.
specifically because you got the roll because DC was 6. It wasn't that hard, but
Still could have fucked that up quite easily.
yeah, you still could have fucked it up. No, it's specifically it's reacting to a spot 1 foot away from him to his right.
Okay.
And every time, and when he turns over to you, the spot moves. So like it's kind of tied to an area there.
So it's tied to Rivallon.
No, it's tied.
Maybe,
Every
or-
time you try and point your star at exactly where it is, the spot moves. Like it's trying
the
to
spot's
avoid
moving,
being
right.
detected exactly where it is.
Now,
It's just like-
where now I'm sick. Do I see anything there?
No.
Could you just tell me
just
to take
wanna
my
go
knife
up.
out and stab in that general direction, please? I really want to stab.
I kind of give you a look of there's something there. Just like serious.
Yeah,
'Cause
that kind
I'm
of.
this close that. Yeah, as in I'm this close that even if I say a word, if it is, it might get a stab off on me. But hang on, if there was something near us, your bow would tell us.
It's something dangerous.
Yeah, we
Something
can't be.
trying to attack
We
us.
can't. Yeah, okay.
So
Yeah,
anything that was going to attack you would warn you. Yeah.
Okay. I think there's some.
Oh, okay. I kind of sweep my arm out, like in a wide out around my. See if I can connect with anything there. No, like swing it round, sort of thing.
Yeah. No, nothing. It's just air. It's just air. And as you're doing that, it just stops.
It stopped.
We
Go around. Nothing.
Would anyone like to explain what is going on?
I have no idea.
I think the star was sensing something in the room with us, and then Rivallon maybe made contact with it, and it went away.
Didn't touch a thing.
That you know, nothing physical. Anyway, it could have been a magical effect that dispelled when made contact with.
Oh, okay.
That's just a guess.
Can we leave the tent, please?
Yeva's just sitting there like,
Outside?
Yeah, Yiva does. Yeah, Yiva can't understand common, so
Yeah.
she just brought in sweet biscuits, and she just yeah.
Mama,
Took one for
I'm
herself.
signing in a session. Mama, we're just gonna pop out and go see people. We have a little meet and greet to do. We'll be back later. You okay?
Okay. Please don't forget, it's happening tonight. So later on tonight, around a couple hours after sundown, make sure you're dressed in your best, and your friends can come too.
Okay, Mama. Okay, we will. I will be back in
She
time.
gives you
Do
a
not
peck on the
worry.
cheek, and she goes back to her cleaning and cooking.
Also, again, rival. I'm sorry for calling you an idiot. I don't mean it. You're probably the best fighter we have, and we.
Bite me.
Oh,
maybe.
Jealous glares.
From R1 just no, R1's not here. He's looking for the dog.
No,
Oh, that's a good point. Give me a second. Yeah, R1's about 600 feet outside the outer edge of the camp at this point, and he's figured out that Barry's not leading him anywhere. He's just kind of he's on
Just
on
following.
walkies. He's on walkies right now. And he's, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, poor doggy.
And
right,
he
so we're
starts
outside
going
the
back-
tent now, right?
Yeah.
We're
he starts
outside the
going
tent,
back on
yeah?
his thing.
We've
Yeah.
left the tent at this point. Okay, I'm going to make this very clear before anyone says any more. I need to know, is there something in my papa and mama's tent that I need to be worried about that is following us in this encampment that could potentially put us at risk? What is going on?
We all look at Isaac.
So the only thing I've heard about it in readings and further studies that there is a magic which you can use to spy on people. I think maybe logically that following the sending that Rivallon did, sorry, I had to switch between player and character there. Rivallon
You're
did.
about to say rival. The man did.
Yeah, that Rivallon did.
You're a magic
Maybe
prince.
somebody cast on him to see where he was.
So what you're telling me is, yeah, there is a
Okay.
possibility that
I believe that maybe our enemies just scryed on our elven friend here. That's the only thing I can think of. But it could be anything. That's just my paranoia setting in right now. A lot is happening. That would be my two cents of the matter.
What if we assume that idea is correct? What would you advise me to? Do I tell the encampment elders?
Tell them what.
And like I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. Do I tell the others and have them prepare in case something's coming? Do I say nothing and pretend nothing's happening? What is going on? How much danger are we in, given that we're going to be putting my father in a pyre soon
Yes.
with everyone gathered in one place?
I
Okay.
would.
If we suggest that Liban is where we were going anyway, then how far south is that?
Okay. Second.
This
Roach
is
is like, "You're
fantastic.
making me
because
do
Sting has
work,
brought
damn
these
it."
people to his
Isaac
encampment.
rolls
and
out
they're doing nothing but
That's
paying
right.
misery.
Let's go to my father's funeral. Oh, demon? Okay.
yeah, yeah.
This went from being like a very wholesome, sad episode to being like
You guys
shit's
left
going
shit
down.
really unresolved in a lot of ways.
Yep.
You guys, so
Everything is happening. Essentially, is what's happening right now.
yeah, guys, it's not my fault.
I feel so bad. I'm like, I wanted to actually do the funeral scene. It would have been really funny. Well, not funny. It would
But
have
no,
been really
whoa!
Funny.
Wow.
funny.
I
really like stop.
Grim.
No,
Grim.
I
This is why I don't
determined
drink.
to let
It's
Ustani
quite
be
a
here for the
ways.
funeral. Yeah, it's
Quite a
it's
ways.
a
We're
long way.
talking.
But
we're
if
looking
they-
at-
if
it's the
people could
center of the
scribe,
Grey
people could
Wastes.
teleport.
Well, okay. I'll say because you technically you didn't make a check to see if you even knew about scrying, but I'll just say this: if you do know about scrying, you'd also know basically for that to work, they'd have to know the individual directly, and they would and they could
What's-
only observe the individual that they were scrying on.
Yeah.
And teleport works on the fact they have to know the area. You have to, depending on the teleport specifically, you have to have either a circle, or if it's like teleport via plants, they have to know a tree
That's true.
directly in the area. There's no
Yeah, like
there's
it's,
no real teleport that they could just go like, I want to go here on this map, and then they just kind of
Well,
go there. It would be-
They could try.
I mean, yeah, it'd
They
be
could
incredibly
try,
dangerous.
and they could
It'd
roll
be-
a d100 and see what happens.
It could get very bad. So
I mean, that's the
Yeah,
thing about
but-
scrying too, is that it doesn't show you the ground around them. It just shows you the person you're scrying.
it just shows the person.
and they
Somebody
can
was
hear stuff
scrying.
around. You can
Yeah,
scry
if they
on
were
location.
scrying, they would have heard. Yeah, but they'd have to know the location. If they were scrying on Rivallon, they would only be able to hear what Rivallon was saying and parts of what other people around him were saying, and they could see basically just them. Everything else is like a out of focus, like like basically like Rivallon would be in the foreground and everything in the background would be really out of focus, like
Okay.
like a. So that would be what they would see if they're, because I'll say if you know scrying, you'd know that. So teleport would be a much different beast, but that if you wanted to comment on the magic stuff, so
Okay, so I explained that they didn't see a location. They would have only seen.
they would have
If-
given a
if
sense
it-
of general area is what they get. So
Yeah.
they know where you like, they know what nation you're in and kind of where you are in the nation, but that's about it. If they knew
Okay.
like the map, that'd be what they know.
But since we were inside a tent, they couldn't really see much anyway, so we could be anywhere in a tent.
No, but I imagine if you scry on somebody, you just get it kind of does the little zippy thing where it's like your sight exits out from your head and then just kind of like races across the terrain
Yeah.
over. So they get like a sense of how far and where, but they don't. It's not specific. Like you wouldn't be able to pinpoint anything on there. So they know you're kind of like in the northernish Steppe Kingdom, or northern.
that's a big
Peninsula
area.
Steppe Kingdom. Yeah, it's a very big area. And also, just specifically, you're looking at if you were to go straight from where you are to the area you were supposed to go in, you'd probably be on the road for. If you're on horseback the whole time, you're looking at maybe 2 weeks, and that's if it was a straight line. It's still the Grey Wastes, and it's a central
it's
Grey Waste,
2
which
weeks
is
as
like
the crow
the
flies.
Sahara. So yeah.
It's 2 weeks as the crow flies.
That's assuming you don't run into any giants walking their hyenas at night.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
centaur herds
Yeah.
migrating, or
I,
anything.
I explain how I don't think we're in direct danger.
Okay.
Think.
I love this
In
plan
that
when you
case,
passed it,
it would
Rivallon.
not do well. In that case, it would not do well to spread any panic. So this conversation on what went on goes nowhere. It is not mentioned to anyone outside of us, not even to Arwen, because I can.
Armon
Better-
can't keep his mouth shut. Is
No,
what you're trying to say.
Picture
No.
cut R1 just going like, no, where is your saddle? He's looking around.
No, it's not so much like I don't trust him because he's distrustful, more that accidents of the tongue can happen. And the fewer the people know, the better. I'd rather just never have any panic here. If we're not in any great danger, that's fine. We can handle this issue ourselves. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
We can resolve this ourselves. We don't need anyone else involved, which means we don't need to tell anyone. We don't need to panic or worry anyone. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Good. Now I'm gonna go see my people.
I'm coming with you.
And Estinia's basically done with this conversation. He's at this point walking.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Isaac is gonna stay here and do what he wanted to do, but on guard the entire time now.
And our
Okay.
one's walking back with Barry, like, fucking damn it.
Yeah. Hold on. I'll roll. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna take him like another hour, but he definitely does find it after a certain amount of time. Like stacked up on like a little post in front of a small tent, a smaller tent off to the near where he found Barry initially. He finds that stuff and goes on about his day. Rivallon.
Hmm.
So you just got done with that. Everybody's kind of breaking up to do what they were going to do during the day. What are you doing? Are you
I'm
still going to
going
be heading
hunting.
out? Okay, going hunting with Demir. So yeah, you get Ruin and go on your way. You find Demir after a little bit, and you and Demir head out into the wild. The diametrically opposite area, direction of where Isaac and Sesh went in the morning, and where they and where Isaac had his little heart-to-heart, or I guess or I
That's
guess
about
his,
as heart to heart
interrogation.
as Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, where they take it out the guy's body.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't say it was a good heart-to-heart. But where he had his little interrogation. So you go the opposite way into another forest, which was I rolled that last time. Yeah, Isaac. Yeah, Isaac got the religious site. But you head out that way with Demir and start going out and hunting. So let's take this little by little here. Because we're already on Rivallon.
We're
don't we
actually
take our
coming up to a
break?
break if you want.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because we're only 2 minutes. Yeah, we'll do the break.
All right. No worries.
Yeah. A little early break.
Okay, so we'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Go get yourselves refreshed. We'll be back then.
I'm gonna put some music on.
Oh, I loved it whenever you ran that plan by me. Rival. That was such a shakeup. Such a shakeup. They had no fucking idea where you were.
No, no. I gave
And
you the
Liben-
reasoning. I actually had. Oh, it was character-driven reasoning, was it not?
Yeah, no, that worked out perfectly. I liked it. And also Liben's natural one for composure. That helped you out quite a bit because you revealed some information she really shouldn't have.
Yep.
Through her anger, which also has caused some problems for your guys' plans and Isaac's mental state as well. Also, it also paid out because that was the first time they rolled really shitty on that spell. So Isaac learned one other thing about his little pendant.
Do I know exactly what it is, or am I still learning on that?
You're still learning on that, yeah. There's a lot of shit. Do you think a holy object blessed by Palor himself in his mortal form only gave you advantages on or what was it? I think it only lets you reroll
It allows
one
me to
thing.
re-roll something, and you said there was 7 of them, so it kind of did make sense.
Yeah.
But,
Well, each one of them, 6 of them give you a +1 to another attribute.
yeah.
So you have the charisma one, but then there's a strength one. There's everything like that, and then they all give you the reroll, but they also have little things of their own
Okay, right.
that did there. So there's like that. It's like Craven Edge. There's a whole other page to the.
It's like the time I accidentally found out what my shield did by getting critted.
Yeah.
I had
Yeah,
a shield.
you ran into
in
that.
my-
You
I
ran
had
into
a
that
shield
with
in
this
the last
item.
campaign where when somebody critted me, it healed everyone else. They gave everyone a chance to expend their hit die.
Nice.
Not bad. Yeah.
Wasn't good on a bard, to be fair. It needed to be on a tank, but we didn't have one, so it went on the bard.
Yeah. We didn't have one there. I was remaking Cosmin, by the way, because I lost Cosmin's original character sheet and I wanted to kind of keep it there. And I decided to, I decided to re-roll his stats. I rolled the best fucking stats I've ever rolled in my life for that character. What was the? Hold on a second, because it was.
I mean, Cosmin was
amazing.
pretty OP.
Yeah, this is even worse.
No.
Okay, it's a 12, 13, 15, 15, 15, 11.
Oh, you were better beforehand.
What? Yeah, but I was better in this one specific area because I had I think I was an 18 charisma. For
You're an 18 charisma and a 16 con.
Hey, puppy.
Yeah, this is 15. But then think about it like this: humans get a +1 to all attributes. So that means he would have got a 13, 14, 16, 16, 16, 12.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good,
Better-
and that's even
better than
before you
Isaac.
start. Yeah, well, yeah.
13, 13, 14, 12, 13 was Isaac, I
Yeah,
think.
Isaac's
Well, not in that
Isaac's
order,
got
but-
Isaac's got some some problems.
Oh no, his charisma started as 16. I'm wrong there, sorry. But that's including
Yeah.
the bonuses, so... I
Yeah.
rolled so mediocre, it's great. I like it though. It's nice not being overpowered.
Yeah,
God,
Cosmo
we are
was
in a mess right
bad.
now.
No, it's what happened. A lot of plot threads have kind of coincided together, and Rival, you jump started one of them because that happened, which is great. That shakes things up. I'm good with it.
Well, it just
So-
I would like to point out, alright, fine, you may not have liked the fact that my character was actually going, hang on, this is kind of my family now. I need
No,
to protect my family.
Yeah, no, that
So
makes sense.
it would point out that we were going to walk down there anyway and walk into an ambush.
I don't think anybody here is saying your. I don't think anybody here is saying your character choice is bad.
My
I
character
think
is
it's-
thick, apparently.
No.
and I'm
Their
deeply
characters
hurt.
think your character's thick.
That my character is thick, is perceived as thick.
I
Just
know,
by
like,
their.
I'm going back to just
character,
killing
I
for no reason.
Out of character, I understand completely roleplay wise, but Isaac roleplay wise is going through so much right now that it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
for him
But
that
you
was his
haven't
outfit.
told us.
We need to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, I
we
have
just
now.
need to. Well, yeah, now he has. We just need
Yeah.
to make sure out of character stuff and in character stuff. Nobody here's annoyed by anybody out of character. Just characters are annoyed with each other.
No,
in
my character is thick. My character is going back to mindlessly killing. It's much easier.
Well,
Stinia looks at entrapping things in much the way.
Oh, I
same
know,
way
I
you
know,
do.
I know.
Ustina is
Feels
in like
blatantly telling is like the worst trap of all.
yeah.
You guys ever have
Oh.
those days where you're always hungry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again,
Mitch does
I'm
all
bad
the
for that.
freaking
I'm
time.
on the diet.
That's why he eats a massive plate
So-
full of Yorkshire puddings and things.
I'm pretty sure it's just the depression, to be honest with you.
that hurts too.
Yep.
If you're depressed, that definitely hurts your diet.
Yeah, I was thinking to myself, we finished at 9. We finished at a time where I could drive into town and get myself some food because I'm a fucking idiot. Basically. I might just sit here and
I've
paint
got
some
2
models
slices
of
of pizza in the fridge right now that I could eat right now.
it. I'm like, now I want
I'm-
pizza, Roach. Damn it.
I can't have them for another 3 hours because I have to regiment my food intake for my diet. So I'm kind of just waiting on that.
I'm gonna be right back.
No, I think your character choice was great, Rival.
No, I'm playing. Don't worry.
Yeah. No. Well, I just want to make sure because this is your first time playing D&D.
No. No,
Because I've known people that have done that too. Is they've conflated. Not saying you are because it's happened though. People conflate in character stuff with out of character stuff, and then they get pissed.
I am all too aware of that. Not
Yeah,
I've seen
right.
that. I've seen that on like Critical Role and things like that when I've been watching that, and it's like they take it personally. It's like no,
Well,
from a
they're
character
not as
perspective,
bad.
from
but
a
yeah.
character perspective, it makes perfect sense. They're not saying you're stupid. They're saying what your character did, although meaning well, is stupid. No, my character is going. He's going to take it a little bit personally, simply because he was doing it for the betterment of the group. So he's kind of gonna.
He feels like he was doing it for the betterment of the group. Really, he just wants to kill Liben.
Well, no, he wants to kill
bit of both.
Zagul.
That too. That too.
Liben is just like
I mean, that's
collateral
the icing on
because
The funny thing is, the
Zagul
funny
is
thing
the
is,
one
Liben
who's
doesn't
actually
give a
endangering the
shit
group as far
about
as he's
it.
concerned, and who brought that beast into the group?
Well, that's true. The
Bro,
funny
you were
thing is,
talking earlier about like overpowered stat lines. I want you to hear these stats that I rolled in front of people. I rolled them at my group because we had to make new characters because the old character died. 8, 18, 14, 16, 18, 16.
that's
And he's a
pretty
half
bad.
orc, so that strength goes up to a 10.
Yeah.
That's pretty ridiculous.
I
And
st-
his
I still
intelligence
love-
is a 17 because I took a feat at level 4 that gives him a +1 intelligence.
I still love Coswin as a character. I think he was, especially now that I have access to that rule book that spell book that Midge gave me, which is basically the same people that made 5th edition foes made a book that has 500 new spells in it. And some of those things are amazing. What was one of them? One of them was, I think it was like beads of blazing or something like that, and you create I think it's 5d6 beads of light that track and hit a target for 1 bludgeoning damage apiece. So it's very hit. You could get a lot or you get a little. That one's good. There's enduring. What is it? I think it was enduring blades or enduring missile. So it's like magic missile, but the magic missiles stay for a minute up to concentration, and every round you can attack with them up to 150 feet. So but then they come
damn.
back to you. Yeah, right. It's so that those spell they're really cool, even though they're just like little tweaks on old spells or spells that are.
That sounds like an alternative spirit weapon, just with multiple spirit weapons.
Kind of, yeah. What was the other one that was really good? There's a shitload of necromancy spells in there that I thought were really cool. Like I think I said, there's the one where you trade your life to injure another target, and that'd be like super cool, especially if you did like put death ward on something like that, because the spell says you can dump your hit points into the attack up to -1 hit point on you. So if you have, I don't know, what's Ustenia's
He has
HP?
like what 60 something, isn't it?
64. So you could put 65 HP plus 5d6 of damage on a target. And
Jeez.
if somebody put death ward on you, that means you automatically went back up to 1 HP.
I
So it'd
could
basically be a
technically do both.
blitz attack. Yeah. So it'd be like it'd be like an
wouldn't
all
it
or
be
nothing. I want to
66?
end this.
Technically 0
Yeah.
counts, right? So it'd
Damn.
be 64 to 0, and then 65, right? Or am I
Yeah.
or am I tired? And I do
When it would be you put in 65 damage on the attack plus your rolled damage. You would die. You'd immediately go to -1, so you die.
and
Or
then
you
Death
start
Ward would
rolling
bring you
death,
back
and
to
then
1.
death ward brings you back up to 1.
Yeah.
So then you're fine.
Yeah.
It would definitely be like, I want to end this fight now.
Oh,
kind
that'd
of
be
thing.
really good on an half orc as well. A half orc necromancer with that would be.
Are we like inventing Muscle Man, the Wizard of Muscle spells right here?
Well, no, those are necromancy spells. I'm just saying, if I had the ability of taking those when I was Coswin, I would have taken those without a second thought, even though they broke Coswin's no concentration spell rule, because a lot of those ones for necromancy are concentration spells.
Yeah.
But they're so fucking good that I would definitely take them. There's also Ignite, which is a super good one. I think it's you target something within 150 feet of you.
While you think about them, they're on fire. Yeah.
Oh no, it's not that. It's not that. It's
Oh.
not concentration. This one's just like it's 5d6 or 4d6 or something like that of fire damage, and then they have to make a dexterity check, and if they fail it, then they're on fire, and they do 2d6 for every round after that.
Oh wow.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's super bad, and I don't know if it's concentration or not. I don't think it is, but that could really kill. That could kill things super easy. That's like a 3rd level spell or something like that.
I'm back with everything anyway.
So yeah,
Funny,
basically that thing that you were saying about using the the death ward and putting all your HP. That's like the ultimate
Yeah.
cast fist.
Cast fist, yeah.
I cast death.
Oh god, that'd also be really thematically good for like I think what is it, a shadow sorcerer or something like that, or a death sorcerer?
It'd be
There's
really
one
good
that's
for
like
a grave cleric.
grave cleric too. Yeah. Well, actually no, it's only that spell I was talking about only is in the wizard and sorcerer list for them. So
So
That's-
a path of
that's the-
necromancy wizard would be like,
yeah. Oh yeah, they'd be super good.
I'm a lich now.
I'm a lich. But yeah, okay. So we're back.
Hang on, just
Now?
before we go, I'm going to switch the server over to America because I think we're getting a few bits of lag. Switch
Okay.
it over to
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
West. Good to go.
Okay. So we're back, right? Everybody's good? Everybody's
Yep.
back? Okay. And so we go on our merry day, or you go on your merry day. We'll start with, because we were just at Rivallon anyway, so we'll start with Rivallon. Rivallon, most of the day, not a lot of talking. You and Demir go out hunting together. He's got his bow, and you've got yours. You lash up the horses kind of at the edge of the forest, got like a little grazing area for them. Then you start going on your own. I'm gonna say make 3 survival checks.
Survival checks. Wow, I haven't used survival in ages.
That's usually what I have you roll for. Or I guess nature would also work, right? But survival. We'll use
Can I
survival.
go with nature? I'm actually better at nature.
Yeah, I'll let you do it. It's different. I'll say it's a different type of hunting. Okay. Yeah.
16, 14, and 19.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
wow.
bad. Not bad at all. Which means you succeeded in 2 of those checks, which means you succeeded in the overall. So throughout the day, essentially very early on, you find a trail and you find tracks of what looks to be a really big buck that's in this forest. All you can tell is its weight and kind of size, and it's got to be pretty big. And you spend basically the rest of the day, instead of going for small game, you convince
after that
Demir
buck.
we're going after that. We're going after that. That'll be the centerpiece of this feast. We'll get
Yeah.
that, and then we'll bring it in. That'll be the thing. It'll look nice. So you spend the rest of the day. You in the kind of the midpoint of the day, you lose a bit of the track, but then after another hour, you find it again, and it comes down to you in a tree. You get out ahead of where this thing is. You get into a tree, and you're above, and you're seeing this thing. It's got to be a good 12, 14 point buck. Huge antlers, big motherfucker. Just coming through alone, doing his little grazing, and you've got a clear line of sight, and you've got your bow, and you're slowly bringing it up. So I'm going to need you to make an attack roll.
Sorry, it's been so long since we did that. How do we do that again?
You should ask
should
if you
have.
put hunter's mark on the deer before you heard it.
Good idea. I do that.
Okay, I'll say you can do that. Basically what you're going to do is you're just going to go to your actions, and you should have yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, well, it's a deer, so its AC is very low. Actually, I think you would have had to roll a 1 for you not to hit the AC, because an AC of 10.
Plus 8.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
It's Rangers. Who,
Fucking Rangers.
Elf Rangers.
Well, no, everyone jokes that Ranger is like the what's it called? The not
Beginners.
great class, but I love Rangers.
They're okay. They're good. They're good. I think people say they're kind of a crutch class because they can do a lot of everything really well, but so can
Yeah, like
bards and stuff.
one of the guys I'm playing in my Monday game with, is playing a blood hunter, and he's basically a ranger, except he's got like somewhat
Blood
paladin
things.
powers.
Yeah, that's basically what Blood
Um,
Hunter is.
Don't I
So
do
you
2
hit.
rolls?
Even
For
attack
2 attack, yeah, if you want to hit twice, but I want you to roll damage first on this.
Okay.
Yeah.
On this,
Roll your damage and then roll a d6. Don't forget that.
and then a d6 for your hunter's mark.
Oh yeah.
Ah!
D6 is yeah. There you go.
Okay, so 12. It didn't have a lot of HP. It's a deer. So
It's a big boy.
it's a big boy, but it's the deer.
I think most deers only have.
Do
like,
I hit the sweet spot in the
Yeah.
neck where it just drops it instantly?
Actually, yeah, I was about ready to say that because I a lot of my family hunts, so I know exactly where you want to aim for. So you bring it, basically right at the base of the neck where the lungs, heart, and all that
Yeah.
stuff kind of like meet in the area, right through there. You let it unleash, and then you put your hunter's mark on it, unleash the arrow, it races down there, and just a split second before it hits, its head turns as it hears the thwack of the bow, and then right down onto the ground.
Great sound effect.
It is. Yeah, thank you. And yeah, it's down. Not moving. Didn't have to chase it at all. Perfect shot. And Demir was waiting.
Ready with
kinda-
his shot just in case.
Just his shot. He was in a different tree, but you can see him like he's got the he's doing the thing where he's holding the bow and the arrow in one hand, and you see him like kind of lean out a little bit, wave, and like put his thumb up like good shot, and then starts his way down the tree and. You head
Oh,
in
I'd be
there.
much
this-
prefer it if it had been like,
Bruh.
He brought you here for a reason. To be honest, that's true. He brought you here for a reason.
He was like, I was
but-
expecting badassery. I got
yeah.
badassery.
But yeah, you start on your way out. It's only been it's a little afternoon. It's a little bit afternoon whenever you finished basically the hunt of the day, and you're both kind of you're both holding on to the legs of this huge deer and just like kind of carrying it out to your horses where you can carry it back to the rest of the encampment. But on the way there, Demetrius, it was some good shooting. Rivallon, so where did you learn how to hunt?
Wolfpack.
Okay, yeah, that do it. Okay.
I was raised by wolves.
No, I assumed. Didn't want to. Yeah. I was raised here. I learned from my papa.
You hunt good.
Thank you. It's like an awkward.
Yeah.
awkward. That's just.
Anyway,
If you want to ask about my history, just ask. It's much easier. I went through all this with
I
the,
don't know a lot of. I don't want to sound. I don't know a lot of elves, so I want. I don't know what's to really talk about. You're long-lived people. I've read a lot about elves, but it doesn't seem like you have a typical elvish upbringing. So a lot of those questions kind of not really applicable
Mhm.
here. Oh yeah. So what do you think you lot will be doing after everything gets done here?
Oh, I'm planning on killing a demon.
Okay, all right.
I like he's just like, yeah, no.
To me, it's just that.
Right.
It tried to convince me to follow it and like worship it, feed its energy through my revenge and everything, but then it would end up taking my eye and killing me at the end. So I'm not really down with that.
Well,
I
that
kind of
doesn't-
like my eyes, so
Yeah,
I think I'll kill it instead.
All right. Yeah, it sounds like a logical course of action. Yeah.
See, I don't understand why you understand that, but none of the others do.
Right. Yeah. Oh, look, the horses.
Well, I'm hoping so. That's where we left them.
God,
Yep.
Demir is so out of his league right now. He's like,
He's a level 4 fight. He's a level 4 fighter.
He's a level
lives
4
with his
fighter, and
mother.
he's just been taken hunting by an elf who's like, killing stuff's what he does.
Yeah. Don't think if I could do that. I don't think I'm good here. I almost got killed by a sentient tree not like a week ago.
That's
think I'm
just a
good.
Wednesday.
Yeah, that's. Thank you, illustrating the point. a bit.
Thank you for reaffirming my feelings.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I hope you know have good. Hope everything goes well with the whole demon killing thing. All that that jazz. I'll be good here. Hopefully.
Yeah, you know, demon slaying's not for everybody.
Yeah. I mean, I have to deal with my sister, so it's kind of the same.
Yeah. Haven't met her yet, but I hear she's a complete bitch.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, because I'm the one who told you that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. And yeah, we cut away from that. Okay.
That
we
was
cut
brilliant.
to-
Let's do that again.
And then we cut to Stenya and Sesh, who are going about their day. We're going back to the early part of the morning after you leave. So what are you wanting to do, Stenya?
Mingle with the clan, catch up with various distant relatives and other members of the Opakin tribe.
Okay.
You know, just and my intent is to, like, you know, catch up with people, but at the same time gauge their feelings with the upcoming
Campaign.
choosing.
Okay. All right. Do an exploratory committee on your election campaign. See what's going on there.
Yeah, something like that, without it
Okay.
being exclusively towards the election campaign.
All right,
He hasn't
all right.
mentioned the fact that he might be running for office yet, but everyone knows
Yeah.
he.
But he's gone to he's gone to Iowa during the state fair, so he's definitely fucking Crimson's not here. God damn it. That's how you know somebody's gonna run for president, because if it's an election year and they go to Iowa State Fair and they're not from Iowa, that's it. That's that, and they have their picture taken while they're eating every manner of pork. So,
Pork.
but yeah, so you go around, you know, you're talking to people. So is there any specific thing, like any specific thing you're wanting to kind of gauge on this? Because I could just like go on like the goings on since you left, but that would take us like an hour.
Of choosing who generally they might be mumbling about backing, or if some people are recommending that he goes, or, you know, the general feel of the crowd.
Okay. What you get is there's a lot of undecided people. They don't really know. But what you get is that there's two main choices that have been presented themselves. There's Uncle Draco, and then there's Ziva, or Zivka. Both are the two main choices that have been presented as potential replacements for your father. And it's pretty lukewarm for both. A lot of people think Draco's kind of just not there anymore as a person. You haven't seen him since you got back, but he's got to be in his. Because let's see here, your father was in his 60s, so Draco's older. Draco's older than your dad. He's his older brother, and this is his third time trying in the choosing. So
The Bernie Sanders effect.
yeah. Well, actually, no.
He
I was
might
gonna
actually
say
win this time, though.
I was gonna say
Or
the
the
Ron
Kane.
Paul
The
effect.
Kane.
The Ron Paul, because Ron Paul ran for like 4 or 5 times, didn't get a damn one. But yeah, he's pretty old, and so a lot of people just see he's kind of just like an empty, it's like an empty set of boots. It's not really. It's kind of going through the motions a lot. He came back from his last tour of being a protection. Basically, he every year he does protection for people in Rapkus, like rich tourists that go down there during the summer. I guess it would be during the hunting season, and they go down there to hunt, and he just kind of he goes down there to be a part of the protection group. So he came back recently, and he hasn't gone this year. So there's that. And then a lot of people just don't like Zivka, because she's super old school about things. Like, she wants to go way back into things. You heard Demir talk about it whenever you discussed this a couple of weeks back. But like, yeah, he's Zivka's very much, she wants to go back a lot to the old ways. She doesn't think that anybody should be sending, and she didn't think any of the clans should be sending representatives to the clan, to the council. Things should be back to the old ways of the individual kind of clan chiefdoms that existed, and like kind of dismantling that, and things like, be going out and doing raids more and stuff. Very old school. She wants to go way back. And a lot of people just aren't feeling that. There's some people that are, but it's pretty split down the middle of the people that actually have made a choice. But there's just a general lot of people that haven't made any choices. They're kind of like, the undecided vote. The independents are very very kind of just very tepid about things. That's what you get from speaking around and talking to people throughout the day. And I'll say, if you're going around talking, towards the end, you see a like, it's a little arena. That's the fighting circle that happens usually every night. There's like a little rope that's been tacked into the dirt.
Yeah.
Of white rope, and it's general kind of like wrestling slash bare knuckle boxing kind of thing that happens there every night. Like, people get drunk and
Just the communal MMA ring, yeah.
basically, yeah. There's
Keeps
that,
good
and you can
discontent
see
down, apparently, according to Frostpunk.
Yeah, I know the exact event you're talking about. But you also see, because that's basically next to what is considered the tavern. It's basically just an open air tent that has a lot of benches and stuff, and they serve alcohol there. And you see Uncle Draco sitting alone on one of the benches. And he is old. Kind of like just a wall of he's like one. You ever seen one of those old guys that just kind of keeps fit?
He looks like Arnold.
Just a lot of muscle on him, but also you can tell not only is he old, he's probably lost a lot of fights in his day, because he's got at least there's a couple of new ones since the last time you saw him. He's got like his jaw doesn't sit the right way anymore after a couple of years back when he took a warhammer to the face. He's got an eye that doesn't necessarily work anymore. He's very shaved head, but he still gets like a big bushy white beard. He's just kind of like drinking there, but you just like see him from maybe about 75 feet away, and he's just like his face is essentially like imagine very old, pockmarked, wrinkled and stuff, but he's also just got this permanent like scowl, and he's just like a half closed eye, and he's got one eye that's still looking. He's just like wiggle like that and drinking his drink.
He's a pirate, is what you're saying.
An old pirate.
Very, very
It's
old.
just old Sylvester Stallone sat there.
He's
He's
an old.
He's just going like that, and his mouth doesn't close all the way, but he's just drinking, and he's like
He's like an old.
a slight shake to his body. Yeah. You can see where people get the sense that he's just not there anymore. But he's just drinking.
He's got a bit
And
of
there's-
dementia going on in there somewhere.
Yeah. And there's at least 4 empty cups in front of him, and it's about maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
So he's taking it easy.
This
then.
guy's got CTE or something.
He's giving his liver a
Just
break
there.
today.
Yeah. And yeah, he's because he's not drinking beer, because they don't serve ale here. Well, they do, but not a lot of people drink. That's kids drink. Here, it's fermented
You give
out.
that
It's
to
fermented
your
milk.
son when he turns like 14.
Yeah, it's fermented. It's fermented.
Tito's.
What
Fermented
was it
goat's
that
milk.
she was it horse milk or
Goat's milk.
Goat's milk. It's fermented goat's milk, and he's just drinking that. And he's got that same scowl on his face. Doesn't notice you. Yeah, probably doesn't notice a lot right now or anything. But yeah, you see him during the day, and that's definitely. Yeah, you could see where people get the feeling that he's just kind of. You could probably just go up to him and go, Draco? Probably wouldn't. Probably wouldn't notice.
Probably.
That's what you get. Is there anything else you wanted to do?
Sesh is notably looking at Draco, not knowing who she is, like, who he is, like, what the? Like, she's really, really concerned for that man's health, but she knows that going over and asking won't do anything, so she sticks to you.
Oh. Oh, that's Uncle Draco. Oh, I was wondering where he has been. And Estinia's gonna go over and like wave in his face. Uncle Draco, you awake?
Artenia doesn't talk well. He's missing a lot of teeth, both because of age and because he probably got lost somewhere in a fight.
That Warhammer took a few teeth with it.
It took a lot. It took a lot. Stenia remembers that year. God, he's never really been that steady since. Where have you been? I haven't seen you.
I've been away on business. I'm part of new mercenary business, and I come home because of Papa.
Right. Leov. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes.
And how have you
Stenya?
been, Uncle? Yes, Uncle.
I've been good.
I just smell like old milk, and I'm like, I don't like this.
But he finished one cup, and the person managing the tent has brought him another. In the time you've
I'm just
talked.
standing like a little bit further away because I can smell
he's
the
got a
milk.
top. Yeah, he doesn't seem to be active in the conversation as much. He's very responsive, though. When we get there. And, Stenya. Where's your brother been, boy? Yeah. What was his name? He kind of gets lost in his eye. He kind of gets lost and kind of looks off in the distance for a second. Yes, Durir, yes.
Demir, yes.
Yes, Durir, yes.
Demir.
Ustenia, yes.
Okay. Yes, he went to look for me.
Oh, where were you? On the south side of the encampment?
No, I was in the dwarven freeholds. I had been hired as
Why
bodyguard.
did we go to the dwarven freeholds with the camp?
Uncle, you sure you're okay?
I am fit as I have ever been.
Okay. As long as you're sure.
Yes.
But yes,
Can I
I've
make a medicine roll?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
So she's just standing there watching this, and she's like, how many
By the way,
things
you don't
is
understand
wrong?
it. You don't understand a word he's saying, but he keeps saying Ustenia, like in a surprised way. That's about all you can get.
It's like, that's not normal.
Basically, you're doing a spot check of this guy, just going.
You just she keeps hearing.
It's a pretty low DC, to be honest. It's a pretty low DC, to be honest. It's pretty apparent. Yeah, this guy's like probably in his mid-70s. He's mid-70s, and he's definitely been through the ringer. To put it politely. He's yeah, he's pretty high mileage on the body at this point. And he's also at this point five tankards deep in whatever drink he's drinking, and it's
I can
definitely
smell it, and I'm like, ugh.
yeah. He's probably that says about him as much as you need really when it comes
Those
to
are,
this
like,
man.
dementia, maybe CTE, something.
Maybe he's
Maybe both.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's probably pretty late in his life. Probably had a little mental problems. Also, just looking aesthetically, that jaw probably wasn't born that way, so he definitely took a big hit there at some point.
I'm like,
and
look at the warhammer on my hip. Look at his jaw.
that probably knocked some things loose, not only in the jaw area, but probably also up there. There's
That's
he's
concussion.
shaking. Yeah. Yeah, he's also shaking a lot, so there's probably a little bit going on there. And if you had to guess, just from the smell of it, if he did stop drinking, the cumulative hangover might just kill him outright. So
Yeah.
Ooh.
If he actually stopped drinking, his liver might actually collapse in and on of itself because of the
yeah,
amount
just a
of.
black hole,
Yeah,
hole inside there.
Oh
yeah.
god.
That's what you get just from kind of like standing 10 feet away and like observing the conversation. Like
Yeah, I'm just watching these two talk, and I'm like, that man is.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and instead you can tell he's not doing the greatest. He's not doing the greatest. But then again, he was out of your brother, out of your father's like brothers. He was the oldest, and he's also somehow the longest lived, and probably the one that took the most hits throughout his life. So it's just kind of like
Dumb fucking luck.
he's improbably still alive. He's improbably still alive. At this point, he's one of those people. It's just like statistically, you should be dead by now. Yeah, statistically, that's what you get, Estenia. And yeah, he's a little worse than he was last year, and by a little worse, he's pretty bad. Got there. You can tell why he didn't go this year to his protection job. They probably didn't want him back. But that's what you get. Yeah, he's just drinking, and if you ask him questions, he'll give you answers. That's what he gives you, Estenia. But he's very
Slow shaking my head.
yeah.
Disconnected.
Yeah, this is the way. Yeah, and he's gonna try to be the leader of your tribe.
Ugh. Steve says, "The man is a rock. The bedrock. He is the bedrock of this tribe."
Yeah.
So
And he's
right
the
now.
oldest. He's the oldest rock on the tribe.
Yes.
the oldest.
Wasn't you seen his dad in his like late 60s? Wasn't that right?
Yeah, he was in his 60s, and Draco is older than he was.
Yeah.
Actually, Ustenia's father was the youngest of that generation, and Draco was the oldest of that generation. There's a 10-year gap between that, so he's in his late 70s.
He'll be 80 in less than 2 years, probably.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah. And let's also remember there is no advanced medicine in this world. So
There is magic. That's it.
there's
if you can
magic,
afford that.
but yeah, he can't afford that.
Yeah, magic is like the heal-all, but you got to be able to eat. No guy who can
He
do
probably
it, or
came
B,
back from his protection job and put all that money inside the tab for this tent. That's why he's just getting drinks brought to him.
I mean, in 8 levels, we can bring him back to life.
I can bring him back to life right now.
No, you can't.
I have Revivify.
Maybe
He
a
has to have
gentle
died
repose
within a
on him.
minute.
No, that's true.
Yeah, but yeah. What else do you want to do, Stenya? As you see that,
It's actually like
the conversation
scratches
just
her
peters
chin.
out
Like, fuck.
at a point. What is the rest of your day? Are you just gonna? You just gonna keep
Sorry,
going
I've got to
around?
deal with
asking-
some mod business. I'll be 2 seconds.
Oh, all right.
He's being held up right now. You know, the mob are getting to him. Them Scottish mobsters, you know.
I think he said mod, not mob. But like the idea that there's just
There's a mobster outside his door right now. It's just...
Ustinia's actually Yutari's actually part of the mob there.
confirmed,
Yeah.
no canon.
Made man. Surprisingly enough. Okay. So
How did I do in cleaning up the armor?
Yeah, you did fine. It's
Cool.
not a check or anything. You're just cleaning armor. Cleaning armor.
Nice.
Though you're cleaning your armor in the tent. For the majority
Well,
of it.
just outside. I would have
Just outside the. Okay, just outside.
I
You
didn't
can go
want. I
back in.
didn't want to get her tent messy. Otherwise, I would have been hit by a old Oteshian lady.
Instead, what you have is like throughout the day, she's coming out and saying things in Oteshian to you and like bringing you like snacks.
I'm okay with it.
Okay with it? All right. Do you take the snacks? It's a lot of. Yeah, okay. Yeah, she brings out like little biscuits and stuff like that, and she's going through. And then she also about midday, like she brings you out like a cup of tea and a sweet biscuit. One of the ones that are super sweet on top of that.
Isaac listened well with the accept everything that's given to you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, this is probably like the most sugar Isaac has ever had in his life.
Yeah. Yeah, you take
Real
that.
Isaac is seriously high right now.
He's like, sugar is fucking great, man.
I'm fine.
Yeah. So you spent the whole day like working on your
my
armor.
eyeballs, like
Yeah, you spend the whole day like working on your armor and like just getting treats from Ustenia's mother outside the tent. But yeah, Ustenia, what do you do with the rest of your day? Because yeah, you encounter Uncle Draco, but he just kind of conversation peters out pretty quick unless you're active in it. He doesn't seem he's very reactive, in a sense. But that's about all.
Yeah,
All you
I'm
really
gonna have
get.
to leave the poor old man
To drink.
Leave him to his drink.
Yeah. Yeah,
I promised to introduce to the drink of my people.
Oh no.
So why don't we grab drink?
Okay.
Sash is
Uh,
just like,
it's-
oh no, in Dragonborn. In Draconic.
It's a
He's like,
copper
"Oh,
piece.
fuck."
It's a copper piece if you got it, or something
It's
of equivalent
the
value.
fermented milk.
And
You
Pop
guys
it in
are
there.
gonna get
copper piece. Oh god.
yeah, they pour it out for you. There's a older woman who manages the tent during the day, and she pours it out, and you get 2 cups or 2 copper pieces, and yeah, it's fermented goat's milk.
Sash is staring at it like, oh
It's been
no.
too long.
All right, let's go.
Happily chugging it away.
What's your constitution, Sesh?
So, Sesh,
17.
make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, my con is 17, so it's not terrible.
Saving throw, make sure, not a
Yeah,
check.
saving throw. Yeah. It's the same though. It's a 13.
Okay. All right, 13. All right. Well, it was a low DC. It's 10 was the DC, so you got it with 13. Yeah, you make it in there. It's sour. It's not milk consistency. It's thicker than that. So like your lips touch that. Well, actually no, you're a dragonborn, so you don't have lips. You're the outside of your muzzle gets that. And it coats like your throat as it goes down, like milk is to do, and then it stays there for a minute, and then it hits you.
Real sour Baileys.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, no.
Sour Baileys with a
Spoon
lot more
Baileys.
alcohol in it. And you take that in, and it's an experience. It's an experience.
Don't take this the wrong way, but that's fucking disgusting.
It sticks to your throat. It's wonderful. It's amazing stuff. It's perfect.
Ustenia, you were raised on
Winter
this.
on the steps.
Yeah, you were
Keeps
raised
you
on
warm.
this, Ustenia. It tastes great. It's
Just
an acquired
covering your
taste.
mouth, trying not to vomit.
It's an acquired taste. But yeah, you finished your cup, Ustenia, and you're just waiting for the sesh. You take in
Sash
like
just,
a good
tries and
swallow.
just tries and knocks it back. Just fucking goes for it.
Just
It's like
goes
"Alright, I'm
because
gonna-"
it's just like I've got a half thing. I get it done. Just gets it all down.
Yeah.
I'll say, okay, you get through that.
And then she pulls out her water skin and just like just chugs it down.
Just a little mouthwash action. Just spits it out.
You just got to get used to it. That's all.
Oh,
yeah,
no, please don't. That's cruel
That
and
was-
unusual punishment.
That is nice. I'll
That's
say,
it. That's the romance dead.
yeah.
Can
I'll say
someone
that's.
tell Mom?
Yeah. I'll say with that though, you finish that, and you basically the rest of you kind of go on with the rest of your day. You know, basic stuff. Keep it. You head back to the tent. You do some little thing if you need to do any chores. Get some stuff together. Rivallon and Demir, you get the deer ready. Like, you're taking everything off, you're skinning it, you're dressing it, you're getting all that done. You bring it back to the encampment. Demir takes it to the people that are getting things ready for that. And you all and Ustenia, you have to get back a little before because you have to get yourself ready.
Yeah.
For everything. And I'll say, how are you all getting ready for the event later tonight? Because your mother has said that they are invited if they would like to come.
Okay. Well, I'll invite others if they want to come along as well, so it's up to them. I'll be back in a bit, so if everyone else wants to answer, I'll answer as soon as I'm back.
Right. So, what are you all doing for that?
Well, there's one reason I was kind of polishing my armor is just so I look okay in it.
Okay.
Look clean.
I
Make
might-
sure there's no holes in like any of my clothes or anything.
Just patching that up throughout the day to do a little sewing, get things together.
Yeah, I know mending as well, so
Okay, that'll get it through everything. It's cantrip, so you can just kind of like
Yeah.
mend like little holes and stuff. So yeah, you get all your stuff back up to snuff. Like it looks okay. It hasn't been like deep washed in a while, but it's
well, I could have done
alright.
that in the day. I'm sure. I kind of explained to Ustinia's mum like, wash clothes, like
kind of gesture. Okay.
Oh God.
Yeah, she's got a pretty high.
She
intelligence.
Estonia comes back. Your friend was trying to sleep with me. He took off his clothes and everything.
Yeah, no, she gets it. And she gets it, and she's got things together for evening meat. She's got stuff done for lunch, so she's cooking in between that. She gets like some stuff together and helps you get your stuff
like
cleaned.
the nice tabard and stuff, like
Okay.
because
Fine,
as
all
this
your
is
clothes and
as this is a nicer event, I'll probably put the tabard over the breastplate rather than under it, sort of thing.
Right. But still
I
with the
will
armor.
wash off the blood.
Yeah, that's
Okay. Yeah, Demir does say you're invited, so you should probably get ready and make yourself look nice. Just if you
You
want
know
to.
who I am, right?
Yes, but
I have
it's respectful.
one speed. That's pensive and aggressive.
Well, still, you don't have to talk. Just have to be there and
Excellent. That's good.
exist.
Apparently, I cause
Existing.
problems when I talk.
Okay, all right. I don't know what that's about then. Yeah. So you get your stuff looking presentable, looking nice or ish, nicer. And Sesh, what are you doing for your?
Sesh actually owns a set of flying clothes.
Yeah, I know.
I'll
So
put
are
on my
you gonna be wearing
displacer
those?
coat.
oh my god, are we gonna be watching? Are we gonna see Sesh
Sesh.
in a dress?
Yeah, you will.
Oh
Right.
wow!
I'll
that's
just put on
gonna
my
be
displacer
all of us
coat.
gonna go
My
like,
awesome
oh.
displacer coat.
R1
Okay.
is clearly going to be putting on his finest clothes. I imagine
Yep.
him to have a large hat, probably.
Probably, yeah. Like
Sesh actually has a headdress she's wearing
With
as
a
well.
with
It's
a
very...
feather. It has a feather.
Yeah, it's a single feather. Like Greedfall, just a single feather for some reason. I don't know why it's there, but it's there.
You know, what's that? It's the evolved form of Oddish in Pokemon with the big. You know, they have
Oh,
that sort
yeah,
of mushroom
yeah,
bulbous
yeah,
hat.
yeah.
It's like the hat that's like that. I reckon R1 has one
Oh
of those.
God, I know
In
what
like-
you're talking about,
in like a bright purple or something.
Oh,
Oh boy.
Okay.
So she's
very
actually wearing a
loud.
headdress, though, that's very priesty. You know, that's the one
Yeah.
thing that in her outfit is actually quite priest-like.
Okay. So you
I'm
all
in the
you
same
get that
clothes, but clean.
cleaned, yeah. You are an inquisitor. You are a working religious individual. So okay, you get that together, and you break out your fine clothes sesh for the first time, and get that.
So yeah, you can see that
together.
she is very accented. Like this is the first time you've seen her not wearing heavy armor.
Have it.
So
Oh no, he has a silken robe with gold embroidery. That's even better. This is just made Owen's stuff.
He just looks.
Oh no,
really fancy.
Sorry. He's also got normal clothes, traveling clothes, fine clothes, more traveling clothes, common clothes. He's got a wardrobe with him. Oh my god, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh,
sounds
that's
like
a
our-
point.
He's a bard.
That's
Yeah.
a point.
Yeah.
That is a point. I don't have anything other than just the regular clothes.
Actually, when you get back to the tent for lunch that your mother has prepared, yeah, no, you do, because she possesses. She
Mama,
presents
thank you.
you-
You found them.
Yeah, so you
Oh,
you basically what it is you have like it's a very fine tunic and like pants, good boots, and she even bought you like gloves that are like doeskin gloves, like very very fancy, well stitched ones. She's got those for you. Yeah, you look probably the best you've ever looked for the party because it's really fancy. It's still all it's still all Uteshian like designs and stuff like that, but it's a very what would be the word? Like it's Uteshian designs, but it's a dwarvish cut.
Yeah.
And towards
Yeah.
that, and
It's like
the-
an
what-
Italian take on a British morning suit. Something
Yeah,
like that.
no, yeah. It's be the equivalent, like how there's like Chinese designs, but it's very Western cut stuff, like
Yeah,
early. In
yeah,
the
yeah.
night-
I get
1900s.
exactly what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. But yeah, you have that, so it looks really nice. And yeah, you all make a fairly nice looking little entourage, all together. And yeah, you also have lunch. Ustenia's mom made a full lunch, so there's a nice like cooked like ham she had like a nice it was like a cured ham, and she's cooked it and she's put like things together, and it's got nice cuts and stuff, just general spread for the whole group. You all partake in that, and then it's a couple hours until the event, and since you all already did everything that you wanted to do for the day, specifically, we'll just cut to that. It's a little after dark. And a little after dark, everybody starts getting together. Yiva goes into her own little tent that's not in the main area, and then she comes back out. She's wearing kind of the equivalent for a woman that you're wearing, Ustenia. So it's a very dwarvish cut dress, but Ustenian designs on top
I
of that.
thought you were gonna say like the medieval equivalent of a pantsuit.
It's very she's a hoarder. She has a lot of fancy things stored for situations
For when
that-
necessary.
Just such occasions.
for just such occasion, and she's wearing
Oh,
that.
you said Yiva. Sorry, I've confused Yiva and Zivka.
Zivka. Oh no, actually no, seen Zivka at all. She has her own tent.
Yeah, like I was expecting you to jump Yishka on us when we were walking around, because I think it would have been really funny for Yishka to meet Sesh.
No, hasn't. You didn't see her at all during that time. You just par chance passed by Draco. And yeah, you get everything together. She comes out. She's got her dress on, and she goes to like take your hand, Ustenia, and then take Demir's hand as you kind of lead her out. And she doesn't go quickly because she's old.
For two boys.
She's
Yeah.
basically at the state of like Queen Elizabeth or the Empress of Japan, the former Empress of Japan. They needing that assistance.
Yeah, needing that assistance.
But
By the way,
Still regally aired.
yeah. By the way, anytime I hear the Queen of England, the only thing I get is that the only thing I picture in my head is the meme image of like an old woman on like a gate or something like that up in the air, and it's in little captions. Just the Queen has breached containment. It's just-
I thought you was going to quote the kill them, Philip, kill them all.
Yeah.
No,
Oh no, it's just,
no, that one's not as big. I just find it fucking hilarious that it's like a low key secret that the queen is like this like xenomorph in disguise or something like that.
The
Just,
queen is actually like an SCP.
yes, the queen is breach containment. You know what to do, man, and just screaming on the radio at that point.
Philip
You
just
know what to do.
It's like another
Don't have
day.
Majesty rules.
Yeah, but you lead her out, and then all the rest of you are kind of following behind, and it like everything's kind of gotten a little quiet, and people are starting to kind of filter out. Not everybody goes to these things, like because some people stay back to like manage the tents or manage things that they're doing, or they're just not as fussed about it. It's not like a requirement, but a good number of people, a lot of people liked your father, so maybe half of the whole encampment is out in a field that you can see off to the side. But Demir and you hand your kind of like your mother off to you see a family friend. Well, actually, you're all family, but a friend, which a kind of a younger woman who's one of your cousins, named Yakin, and she takes your kind of mother, and you head off to the actual place where the body's being held, because you, Demir, Zivka, and possibly Draco, if he's sober enough, are to kind of lead to carry the body out to the area where the pyre has been built. Funny enough, Draco doesn't show up. After a little bit, Zivka does. Zivka's wearing... She's... How to describe it?
She's loaded for bear.
Well, that's the thing, yeah. You and Demir are wearing kind of actual formal clothing, but Zivka's wearing a very traditional clothing. So it's a lot of fine cuts of like fur and leather and stuff like that have kind of been compiled into like a nice traditional formal wear. But it's definitely not compared to you and Demir, which are wearing kind of very modern formal wear. It's like the equivalent of like a you ever seen that Aboriginal man who goes to his granddaughter's picture of that Aboriginal man from Australia goes to his granddaughter's graduation from college, and he's wearing his traditional formal wear, and she's wearing graduation wear. So it's kind of the equivalent of that in a way. But she's wearing that. She doesn't say anything to you or Demir. She doesn't. It's kind of like she's here for this. She's not here to talk to you. She doesn't care about you. She just cares about doing this during that time. And you wait around for a little bit, and then one of your cousins, Draco's oldest son, shows up. Goes by the name of Michal.
His name's Michelle.
It's Michal. It's like so it's Mike, Mike India, Charlie Hotel Alpha India Lima. And he shows up and he goes, "Hey, Draco, he couldn't. He's Draco, so I'll take his spot if it's okay."
Yeah, it's fine. I understand. I saw him earlier today anyway, and I understand.
Yeah, things, it's taking his last family, his brother.
Yeah.
Taking a lot on him, he's fine. He's fine. He's fine.
Yeah. It's good to hear. Well, it is good that you're here, and absolutely, please join us.
Great. And yeah, now that you've got 4 people together, you each take one. Basically, there's 2 straps that have been kind of laid underneath the body, and then you all pick that up by the straps for and there's like basically a brace underneath the body that keeps him flat, and then you just you're carrying him from the tent out to the area, and it goes smoothly. You're all keeping pace, basically pallbearing, to a pyre that's about waist high, that's flat, dense, and there's a little platform in the center, and your job is just to take him there, lay him down on there, and then go stand with the rest of the family while the shamans put the fire on and do their thing. And you go ahead and you do that. Doesn't take long. Lead him out, put it down, then go back to the family. You take your spot right next to your mother. Demir takes his spot next to the other side of your mother. And your party, if they would like, they can be next to Eva or nearby Eva, because your friends, direct friends, yeah. You don't understand anything that's being said. There's like little murmurings around the crowd. A lot of people just speaking Uteshian, like little, they're politely conversating, around. Not a lot of, not very loudly. And then,
Okay. So there's two things I'd like to do, Roach, really quick.
Okay. Go
One, I want to cast a spell called Ceremony. There is a selection in there called Funeral Rite, where I
Okay.
select one corpse, and for the next 7 days, the target cannot become undead by any means short of a wish spell.
Okay. It's very
I'm going
specific.
to cast that on Justinia's father's corpse.
Okay.
And then
Is that a
secondly,
touch
I'm going-
spell? No, it's ranged. Okay. All right, then
Technically it's
that's
not.
fine. Then.
And then secondly, I would like to pray, of course, to ask one of Bahamut's messengers to come down and take the spirit of Justinia's father to his ancestors so they may ride together again.
Okay. All right. Anybody else want to do anything during this?
I'm gonna offer my prayers at the same time, as the body goes past us for sure.
Okay. Yeah, and it is led past you onto the pyre. But yeah. And you all kind of watch as two shaman. Basically, they're in a lot of ways very similar to how Eva's, or not Eva. Very similar to how Zivka's dressed in terms of very traditional clothing. Two shamans, older gentlemen, come out and they've got a lit torch, and they kind of light the individual spots, like little spots along this little pyre, and step back, and they start like doing a kind of a low chant. It's a funeral rite, and it's not in modern Uteshian either. So Usteni, you never really learned old Uteshian. It's a very it's even more archaic, but it's known by the shamans for very specific purposes, like this. But the gist of it is basically them asking for the body to be taken in by the ancestors. Please take him. He lived a good life. He's ridden long. He's ridden hard, and he wants to rest with his ancestors in the afterlife. That kind of stuff. And at least that's what they say.
Hold on a second there. Sorry. I need another moment. Sorry.
Okay.
Would it be okay if I made a religion check to see if I could actually summon something with my prayers?
A religion check? Go ahead and make one.
Because one of Bahamut's domains is war, and this man was obviously quite the warrior. So maybe he'd be willing to grant a non-follower a boon.
A boon.
Shit.
An 11. You pray. You feel a little connection.
I'm gonna have to go.
Oh, go right now. Oh, are we at the end of our time? Or...
No,
No.
we've got an hour, but
I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, we can
Right.
do. We can stop
Yeah,
early, I guess.
yeah,
Because
Yeah.
Yeah.
if we're two down, it's
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry,
we
folks.
can't-
I've got
No, it's fine. It's fine.
That's
We all
fine.
have things.
Things happen.
Things happen.
See you.
All right then. So we will pick up next. Oh, all of the cameras have gone weird
Yeah.
on my screen. But yeah, we will pick up next week. Sorry for that sudden ending. We will pick up next week with the continuation of this funeral ceremony. If you're in for more tabletop games, don't forget Saturday night we have Call of Cthulhu, which I run myself with
I
Rival
didn't
playing.
think we were playing this week.
No, sorry, not this Saturday. We're not. Oh my goodness, I'm so fried from Berlin. Thank you, Rival.
That's all
So
right.
yeah, the next thing will be D&D next week. Sorry about that. Ignore that.
Next week might actually not be. No, next week's not going to be D&D. We're going to be doing something else next week because it's the Halloween.
It's Halloween!
Oh, it's the
We're going to be having a
special.
Halloween. We're going to be doing a Halloween special, and let's just say the intrepid heroes that is us, our actual individuals, me, Roach, Rival, Mikey R, Midgeman, and hopefully Chris Crimson. Well, we're going to be telling
Don't forget good old Houston.
and Utari Onzo. Utari
Don't forget
Onzo.
that.
We're all going to be playing ourselves in
We're screwed.
an interesting game of a story of all of us trying to get together for a night in which a meteor is going through the sky as we try and hold our very first in-person meetup in the future sometime undisclosed, and some happenings go on during that time.
I should
We'll
buy
be-
some alcohol. It sounds like a good time.
We
We're gonna
are
be doing
so
that.
screwed.
Hang on. So the theme for next week is we're meeting in real life in the future, and then something's happening.
Something set. Well, it's specifically you're going to be specifically
Oh,
we're gonna be playing the rule set. What is the rule set? 'Cause I just
Please tell
got
me
it.
it's gross.
No, don't tell them the rule set. Just leave it at that. All
Yeah,
right,
we'll just
so
see,
we'll
yeah.
be back with
We'll
that
have to meet
next
up early
week.
next week
I'm
in order
sure
to
there'll
actually
be
get
an
this rule set.
announcement for that. There's going to be there's going to be an announcement for that coming. Yeah. Sorry about the short end here, but we'll be back then. Goodbye.
See ya.
Goodbye.